So we're gonna start, I'm gonna bump this constantly, so I'm so sorry, just you guys need to know that before I begin. I'm gonna constantly bump this, but this is gonna be the intro part, or the beginning part of my eyeshadow palettes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through everything and then we'll talk numbers at the end. But I want to make sure that I show you guys everything that I have, and then I'm going to verify my inventory so that I know that what I have on hand is what I have on hand, like what I have in my inventory spreadsheet. And then at the end I'll confirm and I'll talk to you guys about that. But there might be some changes down the road to this thing. I have a few things that I'm not sure I'm going to hang on to anymore, but we'll go through this and see what I come up with. But I'm not sure I'm going to be decluttering anything. This is really supposed to be just an inventory. So let's talk eyeshadows. So a lot of this, there's a ton of little palettes over here we'll start with. The first one is the Natasha Denona Baby Gold, and it's really cute. I'm filming from this area. I'm sitting over here, obviously, so it's really awkward. I don't want to take it out of this until I actually use it, because then I know I've touched it. So anything that's in a container like this means I have not used it yet. Okay. The next one is the Natasha Denona Retro Palette, which is a little baby mini again, the trio. And this one I haven't used, but it came like this because it was in a kit, I believe. So that's why it's like that. Then we have a Natasha Denona Coral Palette. This one was repurchased because I had purchased it originally. And it came in a container like this, but it was actually this palette that was inside of it. So Sephora let me keep this one and credited me for what I was actually ordering, and then I reordered the one I wanted. So currently I have it's called the Eyeshadow Palette 5, palette number 2. And I have the Natasha Denona Coral Palette, which looks like this, really beautiful. I need to start using these. I just don't really, for some reason, think to, so I think I may need to devote a month to using Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. Next we have the Mini Love eyeshadow palette. I missed out on the other one that she came out with, but in all honesty, I'm fine that I missed out on it because I don't even really use this one that much. It is really nice and I do like the quality. It's just I have a lot that I'm trying to use. We'll do smallest now. So we have the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions, and this is one that I am really interested in. I should do that. I'm really interested in this. I like it. I have used it plenty, but I also have a few other coral palettes, like the one I just showed you, and I have another one. You'll see them as I go. So I have a lot of coral in my collection. It's one of my favorite things to wear because I have blue eyes. And then the next one is the Mauve Obsessions, which is probably my favorite of all of them, and I need to use it more because I rarely use this. And I don't want it to go bad. It's really pretty. Then we have the Electric Obsessions, and this is one that I'm considering parting with. I have a lot of use on it, but I rarely grab it, and I have so many eyeshadows in my collection of these shades, so I'm considering decluttering this. So I'm going to put it aside. Do I want to put it aside? Let me swatch some of these. It's going to be a very long video. I might have to do this in 2 parts, but we'll see. But these are just absolutely stunning. Stunning eyeshadow palettes. Oh my god, that red alone. Oh. Let me do the blue. Of course there's some red in it, but we'll see. I'll put it back for now. I'll consider later. Do I need that? I have this in other things, and this is getting older. And this bluey purple, like I will never really use that. Honestly, these are so bright. But it's nice to take if I go anywhere, which I rarely ever do, but I'll just wait and see. Okay, we have the Ruby Obsessions, which you guys know I love. Anything red, anything raspberry, red, maroon, that kind of stuff is my jam. I also love purple, which is gorgeous. This is the Amethyst Obsessions. And then I have the Nude Huda Beauty in the light, which is really beautiful. I also have the medium, if I can get this out of here. And this one is gorgeous. I should open up that other one actually. I will go back and open that up. But this one is really stunning. And I have the dark one as well, which I'll show you guys later, but I'll have to grab it, but there's a bunch of stuff in front of it at the moment. But this is the light. And it's so pretty. I know this is probably boring for a lot of people, but for me, this is just, if this was a hint deeper, it would be the perfect palette for me. Ugh. Anyway, really gorgeous, and I'm so glad that I got it at 50% off. That was a really good purchase. And I waited a long time, years and years and years to order that one. I'm glad she still had it. Then there's these two, which are the neon, doesn't have the name on it, but there's a neon pink and a neon orange. And this is so stunning. I need to use these more. They are gonna go bad before I can use them, and I really just need to pull them out. So these are not technically like eye safe, depending on like where you're buying them from. In Canada, I think these are okay. I'm not sure. I put them on my eyes and I haven't had an issue, but I think it's a staining problem. But anyway, this is the orange one. Oh, these yellows in here. Look at this, so pretty. Actually, that looks kind of basic, I'm not gonna lie. When you see it in the pan, it looks like neon, and then you see it on your hand and it's kind of like a basic yellow. But I still really like this one. Lots of pigmentation, so that stays. It's just something I'm gonna need to grab in the future. And then I have this one, which was gifted to me from Valerie. And it's the Ciate London 9-piece eyeshadow palette. Really pretty. I like these sort of more basic, small eyeshadow palettes. They're so great for travel, and they're very much up my alley. I love the color stories. These ones are the Norvina. We have the volume 3, which is really cute. And these are the minis, of course. This one I would declutter, because honestly I'm not going to use, actually that's really pretty, but it has a black base and I don't tend to use those. And then also a glitter. And then this one right here gets hard pan super fast. Like I just look at it and it gets hard pan. So I'm like not loving that one. But the all the matte shades on the bottom 2 rows are stunning. Except for the baby blue is not the greatest. Maybe I don't love that palette. And then we have the ABH Norvina Volume 1. I don't have the Volume 2 in these. This one's a little more easier to wear, but also I love the fact that there's no glitter in it. And then we have these 2 MAC ones. This one is in Red Hot ×9. And this one is in Semi-Sweet ×9. Oops. Okay, we'll start at the back here. And then we have the Too Faced Let's Play. This was gifted to me from Jaylon. And I think this is stunning. It's really beautiful. And I also have the Light My Fire, which is also gifted to me from Jaylon. I have the NYX Lingerie palette, which is one of my favorites. It looks basic, but I love it. And then you just top some special indie shades over top of it, and it's just gorgeous. And then we have the Nabla Cutie palette in Metropolitan. And it looks like that. That was gifted to me. I believe this is from Valerie. I think Valerie. Was it Valerie or Danny? I think it's Valerie. And then this one is gifted, not gifted, I bought this one. This is from Marshall's, actually. It was a really big steal. It was like $8. This one's in Just a Girl. You can tell I like the neutral palettes. And this one is in Danger Zone. And this one is a very cool tone one. And then we have 2 from Pat McGrath, the little tiny ones. I love these size. I love, she should have a whole collection of these and have some special shades in them. But this one is in the mini eyeshadow palette Midnight Voyage. And this one is in Sublime Smoke. Both absolutely stunning palettes. And then we have a couple of Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes from, I cannot remember what this one is called. I don't remember. It was in one of these and it broke and I was super upset. But that's that one. And then I have the NYX Ultimate eyeshadow palette. It's the Ultimate Utopia USP 12. This is so stunning and it's really, really nice. And this one I got at Marshall's too for super cheap. So drugstore is already relatively expensive, but there was the huge one of this which I wanted because Paulina used to talk about it all the time on her channel. She's from Sweden. And I was just obsessed with it. And I didn't want to spend $45 on a drugstore palette to find out if I didn't like it. So when I saw that at Marshall's for like $8, I was like, yes, please. And then this is the e.l.f. one, Mad for Matte, and it's super gorgeous. I actually used this in, I think this one was the one that I used for the wedding that I did last year. And honestly, they just wanted like super, super, super natural looking eyeshadow, and this was perfect for that. It was so gorgeous. There's a lot of pigmentation. I'm very, very impressed with those eyeshadow palettes. And that one I also, I think, did I get that one? Yeah, I got this one from Marshall's too. Marshall's has a lot of good stuff. This one is a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, Holiday 01 Joya. It's a 5-pan. And then we have this MAC eyeshadow palette. It says Snowball Eye Compact Rose Gold Holiday Collection. This is really beautiful. I think it's so stunning. Probably super boring for most, but I think it's gorgeous. This one is called the Basic B. I'm not even going to say it, but you can read it, and I think I'm going to part with this one. I have these shadows in other, let me just swatch a few. I have so many like this. Like I actually have this one from MAC in a big formula, which is, it's really pretty, but I have this in a larger compact, like a single. And then this one is very pretty as well, but I have, again, a lot of shimmers. This one I already have in the Hot ×9, probably something similar. I have tons of these like neutral shades, and I already have, yeah, slates and dark colors. So this one I will be getting out of my collection. That felt really good actually. Next I have the e.l.f. Everyday Smoky, which is gorgeous. I love this so much. I got this at Old Navy. It was super cheap there too, but this is really nice, really good quality. And I'm going to move this e.l.f. one in here. And then I have a Pat McGrath one that was on super big steal on her website. And of course it's not used yet because it's still in the packaging. This one is called Celestial Nirvana Nude Allure. Very, very beautiful. You can see I have a theme that I really like. This one is the What's Up Beauty Geodes palette. I really want the Dragon palette so badly. Oh my god, so badly. But I just can't. And it's very similar to this. Hopefully one day in the near future I'll be able to invest in it, but at the moment I just cannot. But this is absolutely stunning in the meantime. And then this is another one I'm considering parting with, which is the Caliente from Artist Couture. And as gorgeous as this is, I just like, it's so chalky. It's so chalky, and I already have these shades up here. Like this one's a little different, but I rarely wear that color anyway, and I think I like this more red version over the more pinky version. So I am going to part with this one as well. And then I have the NYX Perfect Filter, which I hope you can see, but there's like, yeah, a lot of glare. I'm sorry. It's really gorgeous though. And then this one is from BH Cosmetics. It's the Mrs. Bella All Eyes on You. And this was very beautiful. I really enjoyed this. This, I believe, was another, yeah, this is another Marshall special. Super gorgeous. This one is the Ace Beauté Grandiose palette, and this was gifted to me from Danny. And I believe I've used this, and I thought it was really lovely. So I do see a lot of these shades that I have up here, but for some reason, like, these shades are still speaking to me and they're still pigmented enough, so I'm waiting to see what else is in my collection before I bite the bullet on that one. And then we have the Black Magic Carnival palette from Uoma, and this was gifted to me from Rania. And that is just so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So gorgeous. And look at the packaging. Like, are you kidding me? Uoma is killing it. Gorgeous. Okay, and then we have the Beautopsy from Hindash, and this was gifted to me from Valerie, and I could not believe, I cried a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I was very, 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 very thankful to receive this because I had been eyeing it up for a long time, and it was a little bit of a pretty penny for Canada, like to try and ship it to Canada. It was going to be well over $150 for me to buy it, so that's why I never bought it. And when she told me she had it and thought of me, I was like, just, that was a moment for me. I was very, very, like, just more than appreciative. It was just so sweet, and I'm so thankful she thought of me. This is the Naked Naked Heat from Urban Decay. And I can't remember the last time I used this. Part of me wants to part with this. Oops, I'm almost dropping it. Part of me wants to let this go because I just, as much as I love a naked eyeshadow, that's actually really beautiful. And that might go good when my hair is back to ginger. I will show you guys. I accidentally dyed my hair the wrong color. I went and picked up hair dye at the salon, not the salon, Sally Beauty, and I gave the girl the colors and everything, and from what a hairdresser told me, and she gave me the wrong numbers, I think, but my hair is like red, not ginger red. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes. I would like the other one as well. That's the deeper version of this. So badly. One day I will get it, but this is amazingly stunning. This is very much a Gen palette. And I have a lot of very gorgeous palettes, which is why I haven't been buying palettes at the end of this year. And this is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold gifted to me from Ruth. And ooh, this was also stunning. I am enjoying the shades in here. I'll show you a couple of these. Let's swatch right here. So again, these shades are all going to look so good with excuse me, with my hair color. And then I have the Sweet Peach from Too Faced. This one's getting a bit old. I'm not sure. We'll see how this one performs. Oh, that's really lovely. That's really lovely. And that's quite lovely. Okay, I'll hang on to it for a bit. And I also have the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons, which is really beautiful. So pretty. I'm just loving all the neutral shades. It's also very cool tone. Just really beautiful. This is the next drawer, and I still have all my swatches on. I didn't wash them off, so we're gonna have to continue on our way here. This is the Glamlight Hershey Kisses Special Dark Eyeshadow Palette, and I got this in Las Vegas, and it was like 10 bucks or something. It was super cheap. Why is this not opening for me? So this is what this one looks like. I haven't used it yet. It came in like a really weird like plastic wrap or whatever, plastic Ziploc-y bag, and I was like, no, I'm not keeping that. So I will definitely have to try this soon. Then we'll start at the front here. I also have some Juvia's Place. I have the Sweet Pinks, which is really pretty, but also very much reminds me of the neons, like these ones here. So let's swatch this one. Let's see. It's a little brighter, but it's very similar. And then this one, which is practically the same shade. Well, that is good to know. That is good to know. I'll have to play with that one and see if I want to hang on to that one. The next is the Berries from Juvia's, which is stunning. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous, and it's definitely staying. And this is the Chocolates by Juvia's, sorry. And I do love this, but I feel like these two shades are so similar. This one's a little more cool tone, it looks like, but on the outer corner, like, no one's gonna tell. Like, yeah, a little warmer, a little cooler, but when you're doing your eyeshadow, like, I don't think you're gonna really be able to tell because it's such a minute difference. I'm just grabbing a cloth here. So, I'm not sure, do I want to hang on to this one? It's such a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow palette, but I think I'm going to part with it. I have deep outer corner shades already. I will put it to the side, but I'm okay. I think I feel like okay with parting with that. I also parted with my nudes from Juvia's. I'm giving it to a friend, and also a little Too Faced one. So those ones are already gone. But these ones are singles, which I don't really count in my palettes. These are just singles. Alright, so some more Juvia's. We have the Saharan, which was gifted to me from Danny. And I think this color story is pretty, but it's something I'd like to play with a little bit more and see if I want to hang on to. So that will stay. Then I have the Nubian by Juvia's, which is absolutely beautiful and very much a Jen palette. We'll start over here, which is the Colored Pop Troublemaker eyeshadow palette, and I haven't even used this one yet. I should probably grab this. I keep forgetting. But it's a very cool tone and beautiful. I think I'm going to pull this out now, actually. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. So I will put that in my drawer to wear. And then I have the ColourPop All That. You can tell I have a lot of ColourPop still in the packaging. And I hate that it has a couple glitters in this. It's just a very warm, like, all these are very pinky and reddy, and I just don't know how they'll do on my eye, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And then I have the Venus 3 Look from Lime Crime, and this is gifted to me from Rania. And this is really beautiful. It looks like, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks boring in the pan, but on the eye, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And then I have two from Flower Beauty. One is in Desert Lights. I hear there's a couple more coming out, but I don't never see them anywhere. And then this one is in Jungle Lights. And this one is the Glam Light Red Velvet. And I think I'm going to part with this one. Even though this is a beautiful shade. Let me see. Oh my god, that's such a gorgeous shade. So beautiful. Do I have anything else like it? Let's not like it. Nope. Oh good, we already have this shade that I got rid of here, so that one's good. I will try to find something that's similar to that. I bet you I have something still from Glamlight from like the Paint Pro palette, but I think I might part with this one, and I think I'd be okay with that. Okay, I'm gonna move these back, and then I will do this pile next. So this is the Be Perfect Cosmetics North Nudes Compass of Creativity, and it looks like this. And it was gifted to me from Ruth. She totally knows that this is a Jen palette. And I'm so thankful that she sent it my way. And I cannot wait to try it. I'm actually going to pull that out to play with. And I have the BH Cosmetics Absinthe palette, which is stunning. The BH Cosmetics Ghost Pepper palette, which again, very Jen. Oh, no, we don't have that shade there. And the Nightshade palette from BH, which I haven't even used yet, which is really beautiful and purple. Then we have, we'll do this side first. We have the ColourPop Celtics. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous green eyeshadow palette. Chicago Bulls. And my mom and I used to watch a lot of basketball when I was younger. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Wine and Only, super pretty, and actually very similar to the Glam Light, I think. Is it? Is it? Not really. No, this is a little bit more toned down. And the Ooh La La palette, which I forgot I even had. And let's see if this is the shade. Not quite. Not quite. Almost, but not quite. But really beautiful nonetheless. And a Cherry Crush eyeshadow palette, which is really pretty. That's too dark. Not as vibrant. I have the Darth Vader palette. Really beautiful. Put these back. Oops. Just throwing things. Okay, and then we have High Tide, which is all teal, but I have not used this yet. I should probably try and crack that out soon because it's really pretty. This is very much an Andrea palette. I think of her every time I look at this for some reason. This is a teal. And then Mean Squeeze. Which is very like coral again. Which I really love. I actually thought this was going to be like coral and greens just based on the packaging, but it was not. It was not that, that's for sure. This is Just My Luck, which again is a beautiful green. I think these ones are all untouched. But it's green, and I always want to make sure that I have focus palettes of colors for certain situations. That's why I haven't really got to them yet. And then we have a Strawberry Shake, which this is just the most boring packaging ever, but really beautiful inside, very coral and very pretty. To look at it too. And last but not least, we have the Orchid palette, or Kid You Not. I ordered this once and they shorted me, so they had to credit me back, and then I had to reorder it again the next time I ordered from ColourPop, which I barely ever do. But this is so beautiful. Ugh, okay. So that will be one I need to pull out very soon. I'll put it on top. Alright, I think that's everything in here. So oh no, we have a few more down here, pardon me. I heard you guys yelling at me. Okay, BH Cosmetics, the BFF, Alondra and Elsie, or Elsie, I'm not sure, I'm so sorry. But this one is way nicer than I expected it to be. It's absolutely beautiful, really gorgeous, performs well, very happy that I have this, and it was a Marshall special. This is the Nubian 2 by Juvia's, gifted to me from Danny, and it's beautiful, as well as the Warrior 2 by Juvia's, gifted to me from Danny, and I'm so thankful. This one is just stunning. There. We're gonna go over some of my other eyeshadow palettes in my drawers now. So you're gonna see the top drawer is like Pat McGrath and a whole bunch of other stuff. So these are my Pat McGrath eyeshadows. These are the only Mothership style whatever ones like this that I have. So the first one is the Mothership and Moonlit Seduction. I love the artwork, but it's like, by this point you think that would be on the packaging. So this is what, oops, I'm opening it backwards. This is what this one looks like. It's stunning, really gorgeous. I do love this one, but these kind of shades are like in every single palette. And that means I don't need every palette, because obviously if those rose tones are in every single palette, I don't need that. But I do love these special shades. I think they're beautiful. I even don't mind this satiny looking beigey bronze. That's like the most boring description. Just want to make sure I put these in here right. The next one is Utopian Dreams, which is the bright pink packaging. And this is Utopian Dreams. This is one of my favorites. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it a lot. I think it's Absolutely stunning and gorgeous. It's got so much going for it. But again, those shades are in there. Those rosy brown shades that are in every bloody palette. That one's not the greatest, let's be honest. That looks boring. Am I the only one that thinks that? That looks super boring and gross. But these ones are very pretty. And then this one I think is the duochrome. It's very smooth. Oh, so smooth. So that one's stunning. And then the next one is Bronze Seduction, which, oh my god, the artwork on these is just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. And I keep opening them up backwards. Why? Okay. This one is nice because there's no rosy warm shades. Like, or no rosy neutral shades, I should say. And I find that these special shades are so beautiful and shifty and oily. They feel almost like a cream. They're so smooth. And that one is so gold. I love it so much. This red, this is one of the reasons why I bought this palette. It's like a special metallic, like red gorgeousness. Oh, so beautiful. And last but not least, we have the Divine Rose 2. Which looks like this. And this one is stunning. I haven't used this one in a while and I need to crack it open soon. But that's so beautiful. It's like an orangey gold. And then you have like this really, really pretty, very like neutrally rose colored, kind of like a satiny shimmer or satiny metallic. And again, the rose shades, like the same rose shades that are in everything. Next we're gonna do Huda Beauty, and I don't know, I love this color story. I think if this came out today with better metallics, because these are just dry AF, like they're so dry and gross now, and these mattes just feel gritty, like the most gritty formula I have ever felt in my life, especially this one. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, like some of these are really pretty, but look at how chalky that is. Oh my god, ew. No, it's so chalky. It's beautiful once you apply it. Like it's a really beautiful shade. But let me just warm this one up here. It just, ugh. It's so thick. It's so thick. I don't enjoy it. This one's gonna go. This one is going, I'm decluttering this one. I can't do it anymore. I'm trying so hard to want to be able to use that because I did put a lot of money out for that, but like compared to the other colors on my hand, that one is just gross. It's just so gross. Okay, next is the nude, pardon me, from Huda Beauty. Obviously, all these ones are Huda. And I like this one, but I feel like, I almost feel like it's like getting old. Like this shade right here is beautiful, but look at how powdery. I mean, maybe a swatch isn't good, but like normally if like I'm getting a lot of pigmentation and a lot of product picked up when I swatch, but nothing's coming off. And like this one is so dry that I don't know. I don't enjoy this. However, these beautiful shimmers, they feel amazing and they're so gorgeous, but is it worth it for me when I have such beautiful like other shades? Is it worth it for me to hang on to this palette for these shimmers when I know I'm probably not going to use the rest of the palette? Like they're really beautiful, don't get me wrong, like that That one is gorgeous. But this is already dried up. This one, like, I have to go in hard. It gives a lot of pigmentation and stuff, but it's just so powdery. And there's 2 glitters in here. I'm gonna hang on to it for now, but I think this one will be probably, if I use it next and I dislike it, I will declutter it at that point. And then we have the Mercury Retrograde, which I'm going to take this off. And it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning packaging. Gorgeous. And I love everything inside. Beautiful. This little shimmer right here. That's so beautiful. I feel like this is nicer than these ones. What is this like? That's kind of gross. This one was really not that good. I mean, I am going in with my fingers. This is very similar to this. This one is very similar to this. And, okay, let's do it like this here. I'm going to move these out of the way. Now, I know this is going to be a long video because I'm trying to figure out if I want to declutter things, but swatching side by side. So this one here and this one here. Very similar. Very, very similar. If I do this one and this one, incredibly similar. And it has the light shade, so this is a little deeper. I kind of like that better, but that's fine. It has like a lilac kind of shade. It has the rosier shades, similar to this and this. And it has the darker purple, which I like better than this dark purple. Like, let's see, the deepest shade in here is like nothing, and then the deepest shade in here is much darker. So I think I'm actually going to declutter this one. I'm okay with that. I'm going to get rid of some glitters. I'm going to get rid of an eyeshadow palette. This one is being decluttered. That feels good. Okay, next is Rose Quartz. I'm getting eyeshadow everywhere from my arm. It's just full of eyeshadow. This is stunning. Again, a lot of those like rosy brown and dark purple shades. But I love this one. It's relatively new. I love the shimmers. I think this is really beautiful keeping. Then we have the Naughty, which I need to use more. It's really beautiful. I think this is very gorgeous. And yeah, keeping. And Empowered from last year, which is stunning. This is more warm than I prefer. So I kind of want to get this year's palette. I can't remember what it's called. The grunge one? Pretty grunge. But I gotta use what I have. I still might pick it up at some point. I have 4 of her palettes now because I'm decluttering 2. So this is good for now. Next I have a couple of Anastasia and then a couple of Pat McGrath. So we'll talk about Anastasia first. I've never really been a super fan of Anastasia eyeshadows. I like the Norvina palettes because they're pigment palettes, but I've never been a super fan of these. But this one is Primrose, I believe. Yeah. And I just fell in love with this color story and the fact that it had blushes in it, which I completely forgot to count against my blush inventory because I would just use those on my eyes or if I traveled. But I wouldn't just grab this and say, hey, I'm going to use these as my blushes. So that's sad because they're really pretty, but I'm just being honest. And then I love the fact that there's like mid-tone shades, a bunch of nice shimmers, a bunch of nice outer corners, and if I need to warm it up a bit I can use Saddle, and if I really wanted to I could use that in the crease. I do wish there was a brow bone shade, but that's just for me. Like I look for that, not everybody looks for that. But these are absolutely stunning eyeshadows. Really pretty. I'll swatch one more here. I do need to use this a little bit more, but look at the pigmentation on just the swatch, you know? And normally I don't go by swatches to tell me how it's going to perform on my eyes. And that's only because I'm a fan of MAC eyeshadows, and MAC swatches horribly, but they perform amazing. But anyway, this is a gorgeous palette. Then we have the Cosmos from Anastasia, and I haven't pulled this one out yet. I bought this in Las Vegas when I went in August. And this one was broken, but luckily when I got home, I managed to pack it in such a way that it didn't break more, and then I pressed it when I got home. So this one is absolutely stunning. I don't hear anyone talk about this that much, and I'm gonna be honest, when I swatched it in the store, I was like, every eyeshadow that I swatched, I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful, oh my god, this is beautiful. And now I'm like, these are eyeshadows that I probably wouldn't wear, like especially the two that I just swatched. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep this. Obviously I haven't even used it yet, but I just feel like there's other eyeshadow palettes that I would probably grab for first over these. But they are pretty. It's just, this one definitely, I like the Primrose one a lot. This one, there's just this super warm brown with all these cool tone shades, and I'm like, why? This is just so, shouldn't be here. And I don't like a black with a bunch of blue glitter in it. And I don't know. So I don't know. I guess I was just like wanting to buy something and say I bought it in Vegas, I guess. But this was the only palette I think that I bought there. So yeah. And then we have the Pat McGrath holiday palette, the first one that she ever came out with. And this is called the Celestial Divinity. And it looks like this. And I need to pull this out more. It's really beautiful. There's so many shades in here that I have just not used that are absolutely stunning. This is my favorite of all of her holiday palettes that she's come out with. Like, the pigmentation is, excuse me, the pigmentation is unreal. They're starting to feel a little bit gritty, but they still perform so well. So I need to start pulling these out before they go bad, but love this. And then we have the Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey, which is 3 years ago? Oh my god, 3 years ago. And I barely use this. And I feel like I have all these shades. I always swatch these orangey shades, which I never wear. I'm wearing them more now when I had my hair ginger, but I accidentally changed it the last time I did my hair. And I didn't mean to. This one is really patchy. Oh my god. There's so much chunky fallout on this one. Yikes. Wow. And then I'll swatch one more. Let's do this bright blue one here. I don't really wear blue that often, but how gorgeous is that? And then I have tried this, but it's hard for me to get a cohesive look out of this. Even though I can see that there's plenty that go together, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I need to pair with this, and with something so big, you shouldn't have to pair. And then this one, Kim picked me up from Teacher Loves Beauty. She got this, and I paid her back for this from Marshall's for 35 bucks US, which I thought was a really good deal. And I wanted this one because I wanted to get every year, and I haven't got this year's because it's just not the same. And I just don't want it. It's the same stuff I'm seeing every single time from her other palettes, which is the matte rosy shades, mid-tone and lighter and deeper tone rosy shades. That's like what you're supposed to use for your background instead of neutrals or cool tones or browns, or, you know, it's just the same color all the time, and it's really, I'm tired of it. So I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. If it goes on for a stupid discount or someone picks it up for me at Marshall's, maybe, or like TJ Maxx, but I just don't have, I don't know. I don't know. It's not my jam this year. Let's swatch this one. Oh, that's a really nice blue. It's really pretty. All right. So this is all of the ones that I have for the big Pat McGrath holiday palettes. This one, again, it's in the packaging. So if you see it in the packaging. I have never used it before and I need to use it. So that's 2 palettes from the middle of the year that I haven't even touched yet. These are all my Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I'm not going to swatch all of them, but I'll definitely show them to you guys. This is the bronze palette. Beautiful. And this is the Love palette. I love this one. And no pun intended, but I really do enjoy that one a lot. This is the Zendo palette. This is pretty. A little peachy coral, but I tend to really like those shades anyway, so I need to get more use on these though. But this is the Glam palette. Is it? Yeah, Glam palette. Really pretty. This is the Sunrise palette, one of my faves. This is the Retro palette. This is probably my absolute favorite, I think. Maybe. There's a few that I really enjoy. This is My Dream, which is another one of my favorites. It's absolutely stunning. You can get it on a sale right now at Sephora if you haven't looked for that. This is the Pastel palette, which is really beautiful and honestly, like, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then this is the Retro Glam, which I don't love. This is not a color story I usually go for, but I got it at 50% off and I was like, I need to try it. And yeah, it's like, And then we have the Trio Chrome palette, which is okay. It's, I mean, I don't know. It's what I would expect a high-end brand to do with multi-chromes, but it's basic as they come. And this is the Sunset, right? Sunset palette, yes. This is the Gold palette, which is my 100% #1 favorite. Love this so much. Beautiful. She needs to do more like that, but in the midi size. And then I have the Glam Face palette, which is in the shade Light. Really beautiful. And I have the Love Face palette, which I haven't opened yet. This was a gift from my mom for Christmas, so yeah, I haven't even used this yet. But I had to repress this shade and this shade because they came broken. It was all over the place. So those are Natasha Denona. Now we're going to talk Adept Cosmetics, which is my favorite brand in my collection. I love it so much. These are my pride and joy. I love them. Okay, so this is Plain Jane. This is the first palette I ever got, and I wish I got the Plain Jane too, but it's just such a stunning palette. I'm obsessed with this. Everything about this is absolutely beautiful. Like, oh my god. And you can get this in a newer formula, but they're not bringing Plain Jane back anymore, so you'd have to find this like from someone else because they are no longer carrying Plain Jane, which is really, really, really sad. I wanted to get it, but I missed out. And this is Ninhydrin. Like, I can only afford so much, and now I'm trying not to buy anything, so but this is Ninhydrin, which is really beautiful. I love these. This is very, I'm gonna say it, work appropriate. I don't know. I just feel like if you like your makeup, you should wear your makeup, but some places are not a fan of fun makeup. And then this is the Heather Austin, which is really beautiful. So gorgeous. I gotta swatch this for you guys. Oh, so pretty. It's so pretty. All of these are just stunning. And then we have the Amunet, which I finally got. I still want the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one with all the mattes and then like one row of multi-chromes. I want that one so bad. But this one I like because it has the neutrals, like the brown, the beige, the brow bone shade, the gray. Although I could do without the gray, honestly. But swatch a couple of these for you guys. So beautiful. Oh, and I love this red metallic. Next is House of L. I'm going to take this packaging off. You can see it popping off of all the other ones. Does this even want to come off? Yeah, okay. There, this is what House of L looks like. Absolutely beautiful cobalt shade, and look at the inside. This is one of my favorites from this brand. Let me swatch this for you so you can see it in all of its glory. Oh my god. We have not even begun. We have not even begun. Stop it. I want this all over my body. It's so beautiful. It's so... Shut up, look at this. Tell me this is not the most gorgeous eyeshadow you have ever seen. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is stunning. I want a big palette like this. Another big one. Okay, and then we have the Cimmerian Sunset, which I'm going to take this off. I keep all these packages on here like I'm supposed to, and honestly it's just making it look terrible. So I'm also going to take off the mirror. We are just nakeding this palette. Oh, Ruth, did you see that? Anyway, this is a Cimmerian Sunset, and this is like the House of L on crack. Like, tell me those are not the cutest palettes together, okay? Look at this. Oh my god, how can I get these in frame together? Stop it. This is, ugh. Ugh. I'm drooling. I'm literally drooling over palettes. Okay, we're gonna swatch. Are you ready? Oh my god. I'm gonna do some mattes. They're basic, but they're good. And then I'm gonna do this one here. Oh my god. Can you tell I like this? I'm having the time of my life at this very moment because of these eyeshadows. If you guys have not bought from Adept Cosmetics, what are you bloody well waiting for? Tell them Jen sent you, give them my channel name, and tell them to put me on their PR list, and that I want to talk the brand up. They're amazing, I'm telling you. All right, we're gonna take this one off. This is the Seahorse palette. And this is all multi-chromes and duochromes. Let's just cover this. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you have a neutral eyeshadow palette, I'm gonna give you an example. So this is sort of like a spoiler of one to come, but if you have a nude palette that's all matte, you do your eyeshadow and then top it with this, and tell me it's not the best eyeshadow that you had in your life, okay? I will explain to you by swatching just how amazing these are. Ugh. Oh my god. One more. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. What is that? Oh my god, that's the shift? What the heck? Look at this shift. Can I even get a good angle on it? Oh my god. Oh, I have to twist my arm so hard just to get that bit of a swatch. Sorry. There we go. But this is really beautiful. If you haven't tried this yet, please try it. I would like to take this off. Look at me go. This is not like me. I don't do that. I never take those off ever. Okay, and the next one, which I gotta tidy up here. Did I ruin everything? I did. Sorry, guys. This is inspired by Arrow, so it's called the Inspired palette. And Arrow is a show, I believe it's on Netflix, and it's absolutely beautiful green metallic packaging. I hope you can see the color. It almost looks black in the screen, but it is a beautiful deep, deep, deep green. And this is the inside, which is so incredibly beautiful. Let me just, there. Oh my god. Okay. When I tell you you need this palette, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. You need this palette. Ugh. Is that not so gorgeous? Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. Ugh. Are you ready to go again? Because, like, look at this. One more. Let's do this true purpley. It's like a royal purple. It's so soft. This is the most softest. It feels like I have nothing on my hands. It's so soft. Oh. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. I love it so much. And these, like, nude shades are great. They're so great. I do want to swatch this for you guys. I know you're looking at it and you're like, why didn't you swatch the green? Well, I am about to blow your mind. Oh my god. It's so good. It's so good. Don't come for me for, like, drooling over my palettes, okay? I paid really good money for these. So good. Next we have a Glaminatrix eyeshadow palette. I do have another one, but I don't have it here right now, so I just have a few minutes left to film. Okay, so next is Glaminatrix. Absolutely stunning. This is gifted to me from Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock, and oh my god, wait. No. Yes. No, I bought this one. She bought me the nearly nude, I can't remember the name of it, but it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. But yeah, I bought this one. And then I got the Strange and Unusual eyeshadow palette from Bella Beauty Bar, which is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And I have the Nomad Fête de Provence palette. Beautiful. The Hudson Valley eyeshadow palette. Oh, so beautiful. I need to use this more. And last but not least on this row, Ace Beauté Tropical Vibes, gifted to me from Danny, from Danny's Makeup. And this blew my freaking mind. It's such a good palette. We're going to do Give Me Glow now. There are some palettes that are not in the bundles that I'm showing you guys. I should just zoom out just a tiny bit. But there are some that are like I'm being used in my Project Pan bin, and those I'll show you separately. So we're gonna start on this one. This is Give Me Glow Juicy Olive. This one I need to get more use on. It's absolutely stunning, really, really beautiful. Like, look at that. So gorgeous, so stinking gorgeous. Why don't I use these more? Like, I want to make sure that I get use on all of my shades. Oh, this is done so well. The only thing I wish is that instead of having two that are so similar, I wish one of these, preferably this one, was like 4 or 5 times lighter, but like a beigey green. You know what I mean? Like a brighter beigey green, because then you can put that on the lid too. I don't know, I just feel like those are so similar. But anyway, next is the Christmas Morning palette, and this is so beautiful. This one right here, oh, it's so smooth. It just feels so smooth and buttery. Oh, just to drag your finger in that eyeshadow is like so stunning. Oh, I need to put my light on. There we go. I'm sorry. Let me show you this one with the light, okay? Beautiful. But this is just absolutely gorgeous, and it's got such beautiful colors. And I love this shade. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's so beautiful. And these green, like these matte shades are quite chalky, but they perform very, 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 very well. I really, really like this palette. Next is the Vintage Rose, which is, it was like so sought after for so long, and you can see why. It's only 8 pans. They're huge, but these are absolutely stunning eyeshadows. Stunning. Gorgeous, amazing, beautiful. like work really, really well on the eyes. The payoff is there. The color story is there. There really isn't anything overlapping in here. Ugh, just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I love it. Then came the Vivid Rose, which they should continue this gardeny type thing, which is just, ugh. Everybody loved these. Everybody bought these. This is so beautiful. This is a Jen palette. I love this shade right here. Okay, I think I may have found my dupe for the cake, for the, sorry, Red Velvet palette. So let me grab that out. Because I put this in a chopping block. I originally was like, I'm getting rid of it. But because of like this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade. And I have already swatched a red. Although let's, like this red is really, really, really good. Okay. But here's the raspberry shade in here. And this is the Glam Light one. The Glam Light one is still brighter, still more vivid, still more vibrant. I'm trying to think, like on the eye is still going to make a bit of a difference because this one is a little bit deeper. So let's swatch this one. Which, hello, this is why I'm wanting to keep those, okay? So these two are from Glam Light Red Velvet, and this one and the one I'm going to put here is from the Vivid Rose. So these are not at all the same. Close, but not at all the same. So I'm still trying to find the ones I need to find in order to part with that one, but this is gorgeous. Okay, next. This is Ensley Rain. So I have two from Ensley Rain. One is the Flower Moon. I want like 6 more palettes from Ensley Rain right now, and I can't because I'm trying not to buy and I can't afford to just spend all my money on eyeshadows. I have a life, I have a son, I have a family, I need to have a roof over my head, and eyeshadows in the grand scheme of things are just not as important as eating or like living and having shelter. So, okay, we're gonna swatch some. Prepare to be amazed. These are really great, really, really, really great matte palette or matte eyeshadows, if I can speak. And I'm gonna be honest, my hands are super, super dry because I just got home from picking my son up, and I washed my hands before I left, and I washed my hands when I got home because we were at a school and it is filled with germs. But like, oh my god, topped over literally any eyeshadow. Oh my god, gorgeous. And then this April Showers, how stunning is this? Oh my god. Oh, Ensley Rain, I'm telling you, I wish that they could. I know they're a small indie brand, so let's put it this way. Say this palette is like $69 US, okay? Converted that plus 35, almost, okay, say 33% to create Canadian funds. Then taxes, then shipping on top of that, and then I pay duty. And by the time I'm done, this becomes a $120 palette. I better want the palette to pay that much. So I only have 2. One was a gift. This one was gifted to me from my father-in-law for Christmas last year, I believe. Or my mother-in-law, one of the two. They have always been really big supporters of me when it comes to makeup, and I really, truly appreciate that. But this is so beautiful. I want to swatch this black for you guys. I know swatching black is not that fun, but I just want to show you. It's just a black. Even though it has sparkle in it, the sparkle basically disappears. So you can see a little bit of it, but essentially it just falls onto your face. So I don't know why anyone in any brand puts sparkle in their matte eyeshadows. Please don't do that. Brands, if you are listening, nobody asked for that, ever. Nobody wants that. But how gorgeous is this? Oh my gosh. Ugh, it looks really like bronzy, like almost taupey bronze to me, and on camera it looks purple. Oh my god, so beautiful. Okay, let's try, oops. Let's try this one. Oh my gosh. Oh, it looks like black light lit from within glow. For me, I don't know what you're seeing. I can barely see that. My eyes are getting so bad, okay? But it's stunning. It's a really gorgeous palette, and in all honesty, like if I could afford to buy all the eyeshadow palettes that I wanted, I would literally need a new home just for my makeup. So it's probably a good thing that I have, you know, a limit. But this is the Makeup a Murder Partner in Crime eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. And this is probably the first eyeshadow palette, and maybe the only eyeshadow palette that I've ever bought from them. And it was the best idea I've ever had. It's so good. Just so good. Like, I mean, it's basic when you swatch the light shades, but oh my god, when they are put together, oh man. They're so beautiful. You can't even really see that. I'm sorry. Like, you can't really see it, but I'm telling you it's worth it. It's such a good palette. I don't even know that they still have this, but it's so beautiful on the eyes. Ugh. And then here is a red, which is not going to be the same as the one I have here, but this red is everything. It's so good. So that is my only eyeshadow palette from Makeup a Murder. We have the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyquist Club Nebula eyeshadow palette. This is the epitome of stunning. This color story is everything. She did a fantastic job creating this color story. I love it. It's beautiful. And we need another one of these. Like, we need another, like a Club Nebula 2. Because this was just done so well. And everybody who owns this palette adores this palette. Then we have the Escape Pod, which is again Kaleidos. You can tell by the chunky packaging. I was so close to decluttering this one year because it has two of basically the same greens, two basically the same oranges, and I mean, the color story was not super cohesive. However, the formula is fantastic. Like, so beautiful. Let's just swatch these here. In my hairy arms. I'm sorry, but I can't really help it. I'm not about to shave my arms for swatches. Oh, okay. So it's gorgeous. I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to continue to use it, but I need to remember to use it or it's going, because it's not like the Club Nebula where I'm like, oh my god, I need this in my life. I want to use this every day, and you know. So, okay. Then we have Tiny Marvels. This is the Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace eyeshadow palette. This is stunning. This makes me want to buy more from Sydney Grace. One day I am going to have a few more eyeshadow palettes from them because their eyeshadows are stunning. I am just going to swatch some of the most basic eyeshadows because a lot of their shadows are pretty basic, but look at the swatch of that. It's almost like a cream to powder formula. That's what the creams give me, or I shouldn't say creams, the shimmers give me. I'm going to try this one because I've never swatched this one before. Yeah, like look at the payoff. It gives cream. But like it feels almost like a tacky creamy base, but it's not. And this one is so beautiful. This is just stunning, and it kind of reminds me of like Orgasm X a little bit. But this is just stunning, and I had to buy this to support Mel's family because I bought it after she passed, which was unfortunate. But she's still, like, she's been gone for a while, and she's still, it's like, she's making still a huge mark in the community. People still watch her. I still watch her tutorials sometimes and her recommendation videos because I'm kind of like that person that gets stuff when it's old, even though I feel like it's new because it's new to me. I don't buy stuff right away when it's on trend. Sometimes I wait. Anyway, this is the Ace Beauté Slice of Paradise eyeshadow palette. It was gifted to me from Deb. I love Ace Beauté eyeshadows. I love them. For some reason, I can't get myself to buy more. I just have so much eyeshadow. And also, again, like the difference between Canadian to US funds, the shipping fees, it's just all the fees, I can't. So when she sent me these, I was like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. What a gorgeous rainbow palette. I have not touched it yet, and I need to. So this stays until I figure out how I feel about the formula and all that stuff. Same thing like anything I haven't used. I need to try it, and it stays until I figure it out. So this one is very much a Jen palette. It's absolutely stunning. Both of these palettes were on my to buy list. So when she sent me these, I almost cried. Like, this one is very much a Jen palette. This is so similar. I want to say it's similar to the color story of this, but different. Like, it's different. It's the same, but it's different. There's a red. So let's try that red. This is going to be different from that, and there's no raspberries. So I will swatch this. So this red is not very pigmented. It's also more like a pinky red, but let's try this true red. And that's very, very true red. It's like the two of those combined would have been the same shade. But this is so beautiful. I cannot wait to try this. I don't know. I think this is their new formula, not the old formula. I'm not sure though. So I'll have to try those out and see what I think. But oh my god, I love Ace Beauté stuff. I need more. And then we have the Clionadh Cosmetics and Emily Violet Marie Dragon Fruit eyeshadow palette. I hate the palette. I wish this was removable pans because mine broke. It's broken right here on this side over here. It's broken. And it makes me so angry because this was such an expensive eyeshadow palette. So expensive. I gotta move these over for some support here, or it's gonna break again. It just makes me angry, and then I'm like, I don't want to use the palette because, you know, it's broken. But regardless of that, the formula itself is amazing. So I am going to swatch a couple of these for you. It's definitely a companion palette, that's for sure. But the eyeshadows are stunning. Very, very stunning. Like, just, oh my god, gorgeous. Did I need it? No. But it was gifted to me from my father-in-law. And then we have the Break the Rules palette from It's Belle Cosmetics. This is so beautiful. I'm running out of room to swatch, but I'm going to try anyway. I love these like toppery green to pink to, oh my god, everything shades. Ugh, so beautiful. And then this one right here is one that I have been loving. It's so bold and so bright. And I'll swatch this one. Ugh, and they feel so creamy. And the shimmer, love. Just gorgeous. Then from Sugar Drizzle, we have the Paint Me Green and Call Me a Pickle Because I'm Done Dillin' With You eyeshadow palette. For 6 shades. All that for 6 shades. Okay, I'm just going to move that over there. Alright, this one here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, so beautiful. The greens are really beautiful too. I love the fact that it's like a topper, but it's also got a lot of like shimmer to it. This one is very, very sheer, and I kind of love that. I love all the sheer ones. The mattes are but it is what it is. And then we have the Frosty Flamingo, which this color story was everything, but it does not perform the way that I want it to. It's not the most amazing performance, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't give me what I'm looking for. Like, it's okay, don't get me wrong, like some of these are nice, but it's just on the eye, like these matte shades are This one is it's just like a muted purple. So it's not what I'm looking for, like this, like super bright and punchy. And even that was like, come on, give me something. So it's all right, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm going to hang on to it still because it's fun to play with when I'm looking for pinks and purples. I am so running out of room and I'm getting flakes everywhere. Let me just clean off my arm here. And then, okay, so I got this Hella palette. It's Odin's Eye and Angelica, and this is gifted to me from Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock, and I'm so thankful. I have wanted to try this so much, and it's so beautiful, and everyone talks about how gorgeous this is, and they're right. I do love this, and I do love the fact that there are really beautiful like greens in here, even though I have tons of greens, obviously you can tell. But at least there's pinks as well to offset the greens. And they're so pretty. This is such a gorgeous palette, and I'm so thankful. My friends are very thoughtful and very kind and very generous, and just honestly, I'm so thankful for them. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky to have them in my life, and it's not just about the stuff. Like just the fact that they know what I would be interested in. Anyway, I don't want to get all gushy. This is the Merry Christmas eyeshadow palette from Odin's Eye, pardon me. And this is one of my favorite ones. It's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. I bought this one myself. I had to. I wasn't letting it go. And then they came out with 2 new ones, and I was like, something was left to be desired for me there. I was like, really? But when you made 2 perfect palettes, and then you come back with like, what are you going to make, you know? But really beautiful. I really do enjoy that a lot. And I keep them in the sleeves just to keep them sealed extra. And then this is the Christmas Eve eyeshadow palette from Odin's Eye. Gorgeous, gorgeous packaging. I love the packaging on these. I love the color stories. This is very winter. Very, very, very winter. Especially these shades. The roads look like this. And the vehicles look like this where I live. So yeah. We'll just swatch over here. Really beautiful. Just gorgeous. Seriously stunning. Oh my god, I love that one. We'll try. We have this. It says Alien Cosmetics, but they have since changed their names. I can't remember what it is now. I used to know, but I can't remember now. But it is Alien Cosmetics and Sydney Nicole, and I do follow her as well on Instagram. Sorry, I was running up the stairs. And this is what it looks like inside. Very, 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 very similar to the Club Nebula. Even the similar, like, shifty shades, very similar, but not quite the payoff as the Club Nebula was, but still a really beautiful palette. I do love all these colors. I feel like this is such a grungy, beautiful rainbow, like Halloween-esque. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, we have a few neutrals. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. And this one is one of my favorites in my collection. There's a lot of product in here. It is somewhat older, but I'm going to keep it. It definitely performs well. There's a lot of beautiful shades in here. It doesn't swatch very well. It's similar to a MAC eyeshadow palette the way that it swatches. It sort of just collects and gets dusty looking, but it honestly on the eyes, it's absolutely beautiful. One of my very favorites in my collection. Then we have the Tartelette in Bloom from Tarte. And this one is really nice. It doesn't last on my eyes the way that I fully want it to. Sometimes it just fades away to nothing, but I still want to play with this a little bit longer because I feel like there is still enough staying power in this. And then if I feel like it just doesn't perform anymore, I will part with it. But I want to give it a little bit more use just to see if it's factual or if it's maybe the primer that I'm using or whatever. So then we have the Stila, and this is the Eyes Are the Window shadow palette in the shade, or in the palette name Soul. So I also have another one of these, but this one is probably my favorite. I had this in a project for 10 uses, and I wanted to use it every single day. It's so beautiful. I've owned this for many, 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 many years. And for some reason, I didn't touch it until this year. I did touch it prior, but this year I finally made it look like it's used. Like you can see, it looks like there's usage in the pan, finally. I'm definitely keeping this. I'm going to get some really good use out of this. I would like to actually use this in some kind of a project for quite a few uses. I'm thinking deck of panning or I don't know, something, but I want to put this in a project in some kind and get as much use, and then maybe in the future I could use it as a pan that palette. Then we have Glam Light. I have some smaller Glam Light palettes here. So this is the Icy Glam Light Cherry palette. This was gifted to me from Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock, and I love the way that this eyeshadow palette looks. Here is that gorgeous red that I'm just loving, and it's a little bit more I don't want to say dusty because that's not the right word, but it's not as sticky together. It doesn't give as an opaque swatch as the other one does from the Red Velvet palette. But that being said, I mean, I don't have any lotion or anything on my skin, no primer, no nothing, and it's swatching that good. So I still say it's fantastic. The color story is exactly me. I cannot wait to play with this on my eyes. I have been using so many other things, and actually I'm going to swatch this other one and see if it's similar to... It's still a little bit more purple in this one than this one's more red because it's obviously cherry. But I just want to swatch this one beside it. Oh yeah, no, there's no... They're totally different. Okay. So I think I still might hang on to this one. I have decluttered a few so far, and I still want to play with that other one. Clearly I have a lot of like red and pink and purple palettes, but very beautiful, and I want to swatch this one as well just to see what that looks like. Oh, that's beautiful. But again, not similar to the one in the other palette. So I cannot wait to play with this. Then we have the Icy Glam Light Blue Raspberry palette. And this one has not been touched yet. It's really beautiful. I don't usually wear a lot of blues, but this makes me want to use blue. Like, the eyeshadows in here look beautiful. Bluetiful. Haha, I know that's such a dad joke, but anyway. These perform very similarly to the other palette, but the shadows are really beautiful. And I think with a really good primer, these would make such a good opaque look. I cannot wait to use that. I need to pull some of the ones in that I haven't used yet in other, like the ones that have these packages on them, I have not used, so I need to start using those. I have the Glam Light Frosted Flakes, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes palette. And this is such a beautiful palette, I'm not gonna lie. I love the fact that the blues are so beautiful. But this one here reminds me of this one. Very similar, but a little bit darker. Maybe this one is similar. No, that's brighter, so that's good. That's good. All of them are different so far. And then this one is different. It's a different tone, so that's excellent. They're all very similar but very different at the same time. And the oranges are very nice. And then we have this one I have used, but I'm keeping the packaging because it's Chucky and I'm obsessed. I love Chucky. Now this palette I was heavily disappointed in. I'm going to keep trying it and playing with it. All of these eyeshadow all of the eyeshadows in the palette come off way dark. Like way dark. That's a super dark eyeshadow for what I assumed it would be. These eyeshadows disappear on my eyes. They're stunning when you first put them on, but they disappear over the day, and I'm like, where did my eyeshadow go? Like, and I'm not super heavy-handed, but at the same time I can definitely pack on a shadow. What is this one? I never used this. Oh, it's like a shimmery metallic black. It's different. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not parting with it at all yet. I haven't decided that I want to part with it yet, but it's just not what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting it, even though I know like Tiff wears a lot of dark grungy makeup. I was still expecting the reds and the maroons and stuff to pull through more. I just feel like it's so muddy and dark, but that's okay. I still like it. And then Andrea sent me the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop Cherry on Top eyeshadow palette. This one I put in just because of where it fits, but I was so happy when she sent me this. Oh my gosh. I wanted all of these, but I just kept putting it off, and then they got, like, they closed or they went bankrupt and they sold everything out, and I missed out on it. And oh my gosh, it was a whole thing, but it's such a gorgeous color story. I wanted all of them. I wanted the green one, I wanted the nude one, I wanted the pinky purple one. Oh my god, I wanted all of them. But unfortunately I missed out. So it is what it is. Beautiful reds. Beautiful, beautiful reds. Cannot wait to play with that one. And the last but not least for Glamlight, we have, and this is just for the smaller palettes, the Strawberry Shortcake Berrylicious palette. They are just pounding through all these collections, and I just cannot keep up. I cannot afford to keep up, so I just can't buy any. But this one I needed to get. And look at this. I purchased this. Kim actually ordered this with hers, but I paid her back for it because I asked her to pick it up for me. And this is just so beautiful. Look at how stained my fingers are. Oh my god, I need to use my pinky now, but this is so stunning. I'm not going to swatch this one because I haven't used it yet, and I want to wait until I actually use it. So it's really pretty, and yes, I definitely was into Strawberry Shortcake when I was little. I don't get all the feels for Strawberry Shortcake or anything like when I was younger. Next we have Melt. So I'll start with the Beetlejuice palette, Recently Deceased, and this is so gorgeous. It's really pretty. I love the packaging. I love that it's like sheer neon green. It's like liquid biohazard material. And then the stills on this, like, this was super well done. If a brand nailed it, it was Melt for Beetlejuice. Like, just beautiful. I do wish there was an extra eyeshadow in this palette. I wish there was a super dark purple matte and a really dark grungy green for outer corner, because that's what this is missing. But otherwise, it's awesome. Awesome. I love it. And I need to use it more. But I hate because then you ruin the embossing, you know? Then we have the Smoke Sessions eyeshadow palette, which I was contemplating parting with because I don't even use this side of the palette. Like, I've tried, but it's just not my jam. And it doesn't even, I'm gonna hard pan it, I bet. It's not that great. Yeah, this one's super hard pan, and I constantly have to use tape to pick it up, and it's like a grungy green, which is nice. But when it doesn't pick up and it like gets gross, it doesn't make me want to use it. This one, however, this is what I mean. This is why I use that side of the palette, because it's so stinking beautiful. So gorgeous and beautiful. Can you guys see that? I hope you can see that. But then this grungy side, which I want to use, that is perfect. But all these other ones, like, I really have to dig in there to get any payoff. So, I don't know. Next is She's in Parties, which is one of my favorites from Melt Cosmetics. This is probably the nicest one. I can wear this to work, I can wear this to functions, I can wear it whenever. It just looks good for everything, and it doesn't ever get disgusting hard pan. It's always just super nice. And the color, like, you never see this color story for anything else. Like, I have never seen this kind of a color story in something else before, and this is just very well done. I love like the filigree-esque looking things on the top. It's just really nice, really well done. And then we have the Mary Jane palette, which has this really cool like embossed glitter effect in the front and the smoke in the background. And gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Absolutely beautiful colors. I need to pull this out more. In fact, I think in January I might be pulling this one out to use more. It's so beautiful. This one feels like that other one, that hardband on me. But it could just be that my skin is dry. But yeah. It's really like a grungy, like cool tone palette. And I'm totally here for this. Ugh. It's just so stinking beautiful. I love it. Okay, then we have the 27 palette, which is literally the epitome of fall. The color stories are done so well, but for some reason I don't grab for this. And I think it's because everything is kind of in the same range. There's a little bit of depth and a little bit of light, but let's face it, everything is kind of the same. If there was a super deep dark outer corner shade and like a brow bone shade added in here, I feel like this would be more cohesive and a little more user friendly. But I don't know, the names are the tits though, like Sleep Naked, Nip Slip, all the, like, so funny. Thick. So funny. At the same time, I don't get it. I don't understand, but it is what it is. That's just me. Let me know in the comments. And then we have 420. That speaks for itself. Really enjoy this like sticker thing that sounds awful when you touch it, but it gives you that like holographic-y type whatever on the top. And the color story is really nice. I'm gonna have to try and swatch this with my pinky though, so wish me luck. But the payoff in here is stunning. Like, look at that brown. Look at that brown. Gorgeous. And then we're gonna try and do this one. I need more. I need more. Really beautiful. It's just such a gorgeous fall palette. Like, and I think it's because of the embossing, but this pan, like, it just looks so different than I've ever seen in another palette. It's probably been in like 17 different palettes of mine, but it looks different. I don't know. And then I have the Vida and Muerte. Of course, I love this. Let's start with Vida. This is my one of my favorites of the two. Well, I should say, I don't know. Do I think this one is more my favorite? I think this is more easy to wear because it has more neutrals, and this red is like on fire. I love it. The greens are gorgeous. It's stunning. Love it. I'm so happy I didn't I took a 3-year hiatus from YouTube because I got pregnant and had my son and I wanted to spend time with my family, and it was super important to me. And when I came back, I had realized that I had missed out because I had done a 3-year no-buy, and I missed out on the Vida and Muerte and Amrezy, and I finally today have Vida, Muerte, and Sun Idol, which is the new version of Amrezy. So I'm very happy. I'm a happy girl. Now this one, when I look at this, I think this would have been my favorite palette over Vida. But for some reason, I get more use out of Vida. And I think it's because these, again, just like the Melt one that I'm going to talk to you about, or the Glam Light Chucky one, is the payoff is just so dark that they end up looking the same. Like, on the eye, when you blend these in together, it ends up looking the same. It may not look the same there, but on the eye, it looks the same. And I want to swatch this blue. Imagine that gold and that blue together. Holy crap. Gorgeous colors. I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm having a lot of fun. You guys saw that. Oh my god. No. Let me swatch. Let me swatch. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, that's not a good swatch. We're just gonna not swatch, and I'm gonna watch what I'm doing and not gouge the crap out of my eyeshadows. Oh my gosh. Nothing bad happens to these palettes. It took me so long to get my hands on those. Nothing bad is happening to those. We have a mishmash here. I'll start with this Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. So this was gifted to me from Danny, from Danny's Makeup, and I did try this. I can tell for a fact that I'm not a fan of the center shades. They are definitely old. I'll try and swatch. I think the silver one may be okay. So that one is okay, but I never wear silver. I always like want silver, but I never wear it. And then let's swatch this one. This one is absolutely beautiful. And it definitely looks bold like that on the eye. And I love the fact that it has a brow bone, a crease shade, a bunch of other like crease and lid shades, and an outer corner shade. Though the outer corner shade is not that dark, it's still dark enough if you want an outer corner. So I'm gonna hang on to this one for now, but I'm not sure for how long. Then we have a couple of BH eyeshadow palettes. Now, the girls and I, meaning my YouTube / Instagram friends, we went to a bunch of different stores and located these BH Cosmetics palettes. I found this one for myself and this one for myself. Andrea gifted me Avocado Toast, and I want to say Jaylon or Valerie. I know Jaylon got me for sure one, probably both of the other ones. I cannot remember all of them. It's probably in my computer. But we're gonna just talk about the first one, which is Weekend Vibes Mimosa. And this one I had to buy because it was beautiful, and the color story is just, I love it. It's so coral and fun and like absolutely beautiful. I had to. And the shades are really nice, and these perform pretty well. Like really nice, really like that. And this shade is a little more pinky than this orangey vibrant shade from the Jeffree Star palette. I always want to make sure that the colors are not duplicating, except for neutral. Neutral, I don't care if I have tons of those because I go through lots of neutral eyeshadows, but the colorful ones, they need to be at least slightly different. And then this one is the Blueberry Muffin. These are both Weekend Vibes versions. And then this one is just so different than anything I've ever seen. Like, this is kind of similar to the Merry Christmas, or no, Christmas Eve palette from Uden's Eye Cosmetics, and I feel like this is just a little bit of a different version of that, you know, and this one came out first. So let's swatch the silver next to this silver. Oh, I have red on here. Shoot. Yeah, it's more of like an icy silver, which is really pretty actually. And I'm gonna swatch this like lavender one. Very pretty. Very pretty. I really like these. I wish I could try these. I need to start using them. I haven't used either of these yet. I don't think I've used any of these yet actually. Then we have Weekend Vibes Avocado Toast. And this is very beautiful. Is that, why is there a line in that one? That's bothering me. Let's swatch this one. Ooh, very pretty. Yeah, this is gorgeous. I need to use this. Like a lot of things I need to use in my collection. So you may see these in Project 10 uses down the road, or Eyes Project Pan. Then we have the BH Saint-Tropez. I think these are just called the Travel Series. And this one I haven't used yet. It still has the wrapper on it. Really beautiful color story. Like neutrals with pops of colors, but they're more jewel tone colors, which is right up my alley. I love this like mustardy color. Really beautiful. And then Los Angeles is like a more pastel version, which is, I feel like these two would be great to take with you when you travel because you get so much of everything you need. This white in here, I think this is one of Deb's favorites. She's hit pan on hers. And this shade right here is like speaking to me. I need to get my gritty fingers in that so fast. And this is similar to the Jeffree Star color, but it's almost a little bit leaning pink, kind of like that one. But anyway, really beautiful. I need to start using those, but I haven't yet. Next we have the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and this was gifted to me from Rania. She wasn't using it anymore, and she asked if I was interested in any of them. Or did she ask me, or did I ask her? I can't even remember how that worked out. But anyhow, she had sent me this, and I haven't tried it yet. I still plan to, but I haven't tried it yet. I want to swatch a couple of these. I feel like it's unnecessary that I have this one, to be completely honest, because I have so many of these shades and I never really got on with the Urban Decay formula. That bronze is nice, but like, how often do I wear a bronze? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the three, and I'm like, I may pass this one along. I may pass this one along. I think I might declutter this one right now. Because I'm going to be honest, I have all of these in other palettes. All of those shades in other palettes. And I think I might pass this one along. Yeah, I'm going to pass it along. That was super kind of her to gift that to me. But I think it's time that I pass it along. This one right here is the Urban Decay Electric palette. I am very much wanting to part with this one, but at the same time I don't, because this packaging is so nice. It's like, look at this packaging. You know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this, because the ring light is stealing the show here. Like, oh, this packaging is so nice. The inside stuff is old. I have all these eyeshadows in other stuff, like, it's just, sorry, it's just old. This silver is so good, or at least it was at one point. Let's put it by the other silvers. Yeah, it's like, I already have it in the BH Cosmetics and it's super dried out. I don't wear cobalt. I definitely don't wear this. I think I'm gonna part with this one. This makes me sad because this one is really beautiful. Like, this is so neon, so bold and so neon, but like, let's face it, I haven't clearly worn that much. I'm seriously having a hard time parting with this one. I literally thought I was going to be able to let this go, but part of me is like, I want to keep it, because this is like the only palette I feel any nostalgia to, because it was such the first cool palette that ever came out. Like, the really cool, interesting color story. And I just feel like, I don't know. Would I put this on my eyes? Probably not. Like, a huge part of me, like 70% of me, is like, you need to declutter that. Like, the realistic Jen is like, why are you even thinking about this right now? Why are you even hemming and hawing? And I honestly think I need to get rid of it. I really do. But then I see this color, and I don't know that I have that anywhere else in my collection. Give me just a second. Bear with me just 1 second. I just need to check one of my pigments. Okay, we have it. It's not the exact same. It's, oh my god, it's even brighter. It's even brighter. Holy crap. So I have a pigment that's even brighter than that, and I'm good. I'm gonna depart with this. Or depart? No, I'm gonna part with this. Wow, English. Okay, I'm gonna part with this. Buy Electric palette. I really want to keep this packaging and just take out all the shadows and put my own shadows in here, so I might do that. But regardless, the eyeshadows in here are going. But look at how cool this packaging is. This is being decluttered. Very proud of myself. This is another one that I need to declutter as well. This is the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to get rid of it because I truly love it. It's just, this one is so lackluster, this one right here, but the rest are nice. I don't love this one, but I don't hate it either. Oh, that looks really pretty there, but it didn't look pretty like that on my eye. I'm going to hang on to this. It's really pretty. I like it. Okay, we're going to move this over because this is just easier for me to do it like this. All right. And I'm going to back it up. Back it up. Okay. So this is the Violet Voss Coral Crush eyeshadow palette. And the reason I wanted this coral one is because look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's everything I ever wanted really in a palette. Not everything, but you know, that's what you say when you're obsessed with a palette. Everything is falling. We have crisis. Let me just do this and move you over. There. I'm definitely keeping this. I love this a lot. I truly love the warmth, the vibrancy, the tropical vibes of this. I love it. I'm keeping it. This is the Violet Voss Sakura Blossom eyeshadow palette. I kind of wish I did my blushes the same way I'm doing this, because this is so much easier to do it all at once, but I'm keeping this for sure. I love this eyeshadow palette. The color story is beautiful. I love it. It's great. And this is the Violet Voss Bright Vibes eyeshadow palette. This one is really gorgeous. It's really fun to take, especially if you're gonna go traveling. This is all you need for like color, so keeping. We have the Dominique Coral Blossom. Valerie gifted me this one. I was just so thankful when she messaged me and said that she had this and she was gonna send me this. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? This is beautiful. She picked it up at TJ Maxx. I always say Marshalls because that's what I have here, but she picked it up at TJ Maxx. And she was like, this is for you, sending it in your box, and I was just so thrilled. It's beautiful. And I need to pull it out again because it's really gorgeous, and I forgot this. Really beautiful. This one is the Colored Rain Safari Rain eyeshadow palette, and it is Andrea's favorite Colored Rain palette, and she gifted this to me for Christmas. So thank you, Andrea. You're so sweet. She gave me this in Vegas, but it's my Christmas present. So technically, I'm not supposed to be gifted this until a few days from now. And if you're watching this, a few days before this. Because this will be probably posted after Christmas or maybe on Christmas. So if it is, Merry Christmas. This is stunning. The formula on this alone is absolutely beautiful. I love the color story. It's cohesive. It's like very jewel tone-esque, but like still it gives you like rich vibes. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I love it. I would love to try more of their formula, but I have to slow my roll and not buy more stuff. And then I have a couple MAC eyeshadow palettes. This one is the Art Library in its designer, and it's beautiful. I love this one. I love all MAC eyeshadows, honestly. I shouldn't say all. There's some that I could do without, but for the most part, I love like most of the MAC eyeshadows. And I know not a lot of people talk about MAC or don't think it performs like other ones do, but MAC eyeshadows are still the same as they were like 40 years ago. And they have been consistently amazing, and they've had to never change a lot of their stuff. Sometimes they reuse their stuff in limited edition, which I think is dumb, but they have so much stuff that what are you gonna do? Like, I feel like a lot of people haven't given them enough credit. They came out with probably the first duochromes. Like, they've had this kind of stuff in pigments and everything before other eyeshadows came out with that, and like, or other vendors came out with that, and still MAC doesn't get enough credit, I feel like. But anyway, keeping. And this is the Art Library in Flamboyant, and this is perfect. This is perfection in a palette. This is exactly what I need. You have a bright brow bone highlighter, a brow bone setting shade, crease shades galore, lid shades galore, outer corner shades. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. I love it, and it's a little more warm, beautiful. This one technically is not a palette. This is considered singles, but I'm going to show you this anyway because it's Letits. It's so good. It's a bunch of MAC singles. And this is what I'm talking about. They had these before Urban Decay had theirs. These are all beautiful, shimmery, gorgeous, amazing eyeshadows, and MAC just gets forgotten. I'm telling you, don't sleep on MAC. Why are you sleeping on MAC? Don't. All right, 2 from Morphe. This one is the 9H Hot for Hue, and then the 9C Color Me Cool. And I barely use these. I'm considering parting with these, first of all, because they're Morphe, and it makes me angry that I still have Morphe stuff. But, you know, I put money out, but do I need this? No. Does it make me excited to use? No. Bye. Done. Then we have the cool one, which makes me very happy. This is like a Halloween theme awesomeness. But I don't know if I want to keep it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep this. Yeah, I'll keep this for now. We'll keep one. I'll get rid of the other one. And then we have Makeup Revolution Chilled with Cannabis Sativa. And the reason I got this is because it's neutrals and beautiful greens. Absolutely gorgeous greens. There's 3 stupid glitters in here. This one is super finely milled. I would wear that. I would actually wear that one. It's super finely milled. And the other 2, this one is thicker. I would not wear this. Too thick and gross. And this one is too thick as well. I would not wear that. No, gross. Okay. Absolutely beautiful. I have nowhere left to swatch. It's starting to get into gymnastics here. I'm not that flexible. I don't even know what to swatch. Like, nothing is super stunning that I'm like, I need to swatch it. But these all are really... they're really nice, but it's like, it's something I already have from other brands. Like, so beautiful. I don't really want this. I have so many gorgeous green eyeshadow palettes. Like, look at the melt ones. And then, I don't know. Like, I love this one. But the rest is something to be desired. Part of me wants to hang on to it. I'm not going to lie, for the glitter. And this shade and this shade. But when the rest of, you know what, I'll hang on to it for now. I'll give it another year. I'll hang on to it for now. Palettes that I'm going to do now are all the bigger ones in my collection. And I'm hoping that I can decide if there's anything in here that I need to part with. But I think I have parted with quite a few of the bigger ones that I actually wanted to get rid of already. So let's just see what we got here. So this is the Michaela Volume 1. And I love the color story. I just wish that she wasn't a big turd. You know what I mean? I started out thinking she was going to be so great and like different for the beauty community, and she just ruined it. But that's okay. It's gorgeous nonetheless. I think it's absolutely stunning. She did a really great job with the color story. It's super cohesive. It's easy to follow along with how you want to use it, and I think it's great. I think it's great. And then I gotta try and put these away as I talk about them, because I have just so many that I'd have little space to work with. But this is the Volume 2 palette, right? This is just called Volume 2, I guess. I don't even know. It's just the next one. And it is absolutely beautiful. And the reason I bought this was because Deb and Danny did their visit together. Like, they met up with each other and they did a bunch of videos together, which were so awesome. And they used this, and I was like, excuse me, how dare you, and not tell me that I need to get this. So I ended up picking it up. I'm very excited. I wanted this so badly because of the color story, not because of the person. I'm not trying to promote the person. Can't help it that her name is the biggest thing on the palette. But anyway, this is the Nikki Tutorials and Beauty Bay eyeshadow palette. And this was in, what is it called now? What is it even called? I don't know, something about nice and dark or good and light and whatever. I don't even know. But anyway, it opens up like this. I don't get this. Anyway, I don't love the fact that it opens up like this. I don't get the things that are underneath the mirrors. Like, if you see the mirror, it says you are you and I am me. What? Duh. Okay, anyway. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is a really interesting color story. It's chaotic, yet it's kind of easy to follow. Like, I can see that there's neutrals here, like quite neutrals, like just in this diagonal. There's a lot of really beautiful like shimmers, like really beautiful shimmers. And now I'm swatching the other arm. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna swatch a few of these because I haven't used this one that much, and I really just want to see like what it's about, but I want to keep it, this is very Barbie-esque, isn't it? Oh my gosh. But I love the fact that there's bright colors, pastel colors, nude colors. Like, you get so much, and there's 20 shades. So, and obviously, like, I love the fact that there's bright, vibrant colors in here, and a red. Not many people do a red. Not many people will do a red, and I love it. I love it, I love it. So I do like this, and I'm absolutely keeping this. I love the Beauty Bay formula. Really happy to have that. I just need to use it more. And then we have the Beauty Bay Wilderness eyeshadow palette, and this is completely the most stunning, cohesive color story I have ever seen. It's beautiful. The blues, I'm not a fan of these two because I just don't use blues, but this one, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. And I definitely need to use this more. I love this green row. I love this grungy, dirty looking row. I love the reds and the pops of warmth. I love it. There's a brow bone setting shade. Where is the black? I love a black in the eyeshadow palette. I would have taken out this cobalt, or no, this turquoise, and put a black right there. But anyway, that's just me. Love this. I am definitely keeping this. And then we have a couple from Glamlight, which I'm most definitely hanging on to, but I will say, like, I don't use these as much as I want to. So this is the Cake palette. This was one of the first ones that I purchased, and I love this because it's giving slightly deeper than mid-tone for me, and that's something that I really desire in my collection. I love a jewel tone, but sometimes you need just a couple tones down. Excuse me. Just a couple tones down from like pastel or mid-tone, and I feel like this is exactly just a palette that we need. I'm just gonna swatch a couple of these, nothing too crazy, but it's really beautiful. Why am I swatching all the blues? Swatch this one. Like, just gorgeous, and lots of pigmentation, a lot of like oomph. It just gives so much opaque and shimmery quality and like color, and oh, it's beautiful. I love this. And then we have the Glamlight Ice Cream Dream palette, which is my very favorite palette from Glamlight. 100% my, oops. This is 100% my favorite palette from Glamlight. I love it a lot. I love it so much. And I'm going to swatch a few of these for you. Again, you have neutrals, you have shimmer, you have, oh my god, creamy quality. There's like a beautiful frosty white in here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, bright, shiny shades. There's a lot of depth to it with the purple. Oh, this is not even that dark. This looks way darker in the pan, pardon me. No depth, No depth in the purple, let's rephrase. But this one is about the only one you get depth from. And unfortunately, this is the only downfall of the palette. If I'm going to use all these gorgeous, cool tone, vibrant pastels, the last thing I want is a mid-tone, ugly, warm looking orangey brown. Hard pass. That's the only downfall of this palette, okay? The rest is so amazing. You know exactly what I wanted to say instead of amazing. It's litits. It's so good. I love it. I love this so much. It's really beautiful. And then we have the Paint Pro 2, which is gorgeous. I need to use this more. I need to get into these more, especially this kind of a shade where it's leaking out of the pan because it's on its side. I'm like constantly stacking these weird, but it's just, this gives so much quality and color and shift and shine, and it's beautiful. And again, I'm swatching blues. I wouldn't even wear that blue, honestly, on my eyes. I have worn it, but I don't usually wear it. Let's swatch some purples. Oh, beautiful. These feel so nice on the eye. They just apply so beautifully. Like, look at that. Gorgeous. And so these are just a few shades off from the original, which are more, you know, your regular color story, your regular color wheel. So you have your primary shades, you have your secondary shades, a few tertiary shades, you have your black, you have a white shimmer. It's giving a lot of, why can't I get this in the frame? Thank you, there we go. It's giving a lot of option, and you can do a lot with this, but it's also, you need to mix if you want to make different colors, and you can do that with the white. You can get a shimmer by mixing any of these with the white, and you can deepen up with adding a tiny bit of black if you want. So that goes for any palette, honestly, but it just makes sense in this palette because of the color story. It's very beautiful. Now let's swatch a few. Obviously you guys want this green. I can hear you saying swatch the green, swatch the green. I know. Maybe that's just what I'm hearing in my head. And then this gorgeous, 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 gorgeous burgundy. My friend, when I was little in kindergarten, we used to call it burgundy, and I just thought it was so much fun. It just sounds like fun. But anyway, that is the large ones, and I'm not going to be parting with any of those ones. Okay, it's getting harder and harder to do these, and my husband needs to come into the room soon, so I gotta hurry up. So this is more Give Me Glow. We have the Pastel Dreams. I'm gonna talk less. Just tell me to stop talking, okay? Tell me in the comments, stop talking and just swatch and go, okay? This is beautiful. Lavender Sky. Really beautiful. I don't want to do too many swatches. I just love the fact that there is a matte and a shimmer for each color, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And then we have the Bad Witch Club, which, no pun intended, I need to use more. Hello. Is this not the most gorgeous color story ever? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like that doesn't belong. This can stay. This doesn't belong. I feel like this needs to be like a blood red, like an ox blood red, and that would have made the whole palette. That's my only thing I would have changed, but otherwise, like, hello, look at the pigmentation. Gorgeous. And then we have the Summer Vibes eyeshadow palette, which is exactly what it says. It's so beautiful, so stinking gorgeous. These eyeshadows are next level. They're not pigments, but they're like, I shouldn't say that. There are, okay, so it says eyeshadow / pressed pigment palette. How do I say this now? It's got so much pigment in these. Like this one right here looks like a pigment, and you can feel that it's a pigment. You can just feel it. But even the shimmers feel like pigments. Like I don't know which one of these is just a straight up eyeshadow because I just can't tell because of the way the formula is. It's absolutely stunning. Every single one of these has so much pigmentation, and I love the fact that there's like a pigment to it. Like, I love pigments. I don't know if you guys do too, but I prefer pigments. I think they're great. Now this one is the Amor y Mariposas. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with this the language, but, and I don't want to butcher it. I don't want to butcher it, but look at the packaging. Oh my God. I missed out on this when it originally came out, and then Melt had this for a crazy deal. And it's absolutely stunning. I think this was done so well. And the meaning behind this palette was just so beautiful. I need to use this. I love the tiny little pans. I think it's great. I'm not gonna lie, I love that there is an eyeshadow color named Tequila right here. It's so beautiful. This is so well done. And I know that this is a little bit older now of a collection, and I don't think that they have this anymore. But this is how you do a collection. Melt is so good with their collections. Yeah. Those girls are so talented and so beautiful. I'm not jealous at all. And then we have the Ace Beauté Floral Vintage. This is so stunning. I've wanted this so badly. And then Deb sent this to me. Again, I was like, are you kidding me? This is a Jen palette. It's got nudes, it's got pinks, it's got reds, it's got purples, and it's got a black. It's got a black in it. I just need a brow bone shade for my skin shade. I need a lighter color, and that's the only thing missing from this entire palette. Otherwise, it's perfection. It's absolutely stunning. I'm swatching an ugly color. I'm sorry. Maybe you guys like it, I don't know, but it's boring to me. But how gorgeous is that? Oh my God. Oh my God. I know you guys probably think that's boring, but I love it. I think it's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, stop. Okay. Absolutely beautiful. So gorgeous. And then she sent me the Zodiac palette from BH Cosmetics. And I saw this one at Torrid one time, which is really strange, for like 20 bucks or 29 bucks, and I didn't grab it because I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy this. And then I hear a ton of people being like, it's such a good palette, it's such a good palette. And now when I'm watching everyone's declutters, they're like, I think I'm going to get rid of it. I think I'm going to only take a few shades. But I need to try this. I don't use a lot of baked formulas, and I don't wear a lot of like super light shades like that. But I don't know. I'm just like, let's swatch. Let's do all the swatches. But I don't want to do all of these. But they're so beautiful. And then I need to see this. Like, the mattes perform. Like, I gotta try this. It's very messy. I gotta clean it up. But I need to try this. I'm getting eyeshadow everywhere. Then we have the BH Cosmetics Mrs. Claus. Deb also sent this to me. She got this for a stupid deal. Like a stupid deal. I think it was like $6. I think it says 8 on the back, but I thought one of these were broken, like this one, and I think she got even more of a discount. And I wanted this so badly when this came out. And when she said she got one and does anyone want it, I was like, me. I was like, I need it. This is a Jen palette. This is such a Jen palette, minus the glitters. I see a glitter here. Is that a glitter? No, that's good. I think there's one glitter. Yay. Okay, let's swatch this one, because I'm curious to see what the broken one kind of looks like. Will it swatch well? Woo! Hang on. I gotta blow that blue pigment off before it gets all over my stuff. But that's really vibrant and beautiful. And then this one here with the diamond on it. That one's interesting. I'm not sure that that's a shade I would love, but I love that there's a black. Ooh, it's very good. It's good. I know it's weird. I'm swatching a black. Let's swatch this one with the money on it. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna have fun with that. I am very much looking forward to using this. And then we have the Earthy palette. I love this. This looks just like the Wilderness palette. And I'm obsessed. It's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. Oh, please tell me you guys have checked out Beauty Bay. Please, if you don't, check it out and tell them I sent you. Please, tell them I sent you, that you need all these. All the big ones like this. You won't be sorry. You'll thank me later. And this is the berries. Oh, this is my favorite out of all of them. This is a Jen palette through and through. Let's swatch just a few, and then I gotta hurry up because my husband needs to get in here, like I said. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Gorgeous. 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 Ah. I need to get this on my face soon. I really need to put this on my face again soon. And last but not least, we have the Midnight palette from Beauty Bay, which I have not used. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking it out of the thing right now and I'm gonna use it tomorrow because my arm is sore. I need to just get it used so I don't have to have it in the stupid packaging anymore. I appreciate the packaging because they put it in bubble wrap and then they send it, which is nice because then you know you're gonna get it in good condition. But yeah, it's hard to store. But look at the colors, like, shut up. Seriously, how gorgeous. Oh my god. Like, absolutely beautiful. Cannot resist. Please go and check these out if they're still available. Buy them all. If you have the money, of course. But you'll have everything you need in these palettes. So the first one we have is the Made by Mitchell eyeshadow palette. I don't know why I keep it in this thing. I think I might actually take this and put it somewhere because that's really for like travel. It's super inconvenient to have it on there. This is called Feet on the Ground Pressed Pigment eyeshadow palette, or pressed pigment palette. I have to be a little quieter. It's been a very long day and I just put my son down and I don't want to be too loud, but this is a stunning palette. I don't know why I don't pull this out more. It has every shadow that I really would love to use on a regular basis. It has the neutrals, the brow bone shimmer, crease shades. Oh, that's beautiful. Like, beautiful, like, mossy greens and mossy shimmers and yellow, purple, like raspberry purple, like a melon color, a turquoise, like almost like a neon light yellow. Like, it's got so much stuff and yet I don't use it often, so I think I'm gonna have to pull this one out and use this. But this is a couple of the shades. This is that yellow one. So I need to use this, and I desperately think I need to take it, like move this somewhere else. But that is stunning. We have a couple of Blend Bunny eyeshadow palettes. Now, this is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge eyeshadow palette. It's absolutely beautiful. The neons in here are stunning. I also have neon pigments. However, I love the way that she lays all of these out so that it's easy, user-friendly. Anyone can look at this and say, okay, I can look at a row and know what to use. So these are fantastic. I also have, why are these like this? Okay, this is the Dollhouse. And it's absolutely beautiful. Really nice neutral shades with pops of color, light shimmers, lots of, I love the fact that there's like dark, like this is what I mean. You have a brow bone shade, you have a crease shade, you have an outer corner shade, you have lid shades, and you can use whatever you want, honestly, but like it's laid out so you have everything. This is what is a cohesive palette to me. Then we have the Blend Bunny Blends. And this is what it looks like, and it's beautiful. You got primary colors, you have lighter hues and tones. Gorgeous. This is the Blend Bunny Lure palette, and it's all mattes and some shimmers. This one looks like a duochrome. It's got shifts. It's really beautiful. It has like green, gold, pink, so it's multi-chrome. And then just want to press that down a little bit. I will swatch a few more of these, but her formula is wonderful. It's user-friendly. It's very similar to Glamlight, I find, but I feel like the palettes are just more well cohesive and well done. Like, I think Glamlight is good for their collabs, and their formula is good, obviously, because it's similar to this, but I feel like Blend Bunny does a better palette layout and a better color story. So, but the formula is the same on both. And then we have our ColourPop palettes. Now this one is Fade into Hue, which is beautiful. I've used this multiple times. I've actually done a blue look, which is really strange for me. But there's a glitter here, here, and here. I don't love the glitter, but I'm going to be honest, like, it's small enough that I would probably use it. But I just don't love a glitter. But you can take the pans out of these, but their pans here are not the same as in other palettes, so there's that. But at least if you wanted to pull everything out, put it into a huge palette, and then just pull what you needed into a smaller one when you wanted to. But it's a really nice palette. I'm glad I have this because I do appreciate playing with this. And like I said, the color story is great because it's rainbow, just like Blend Bunny. You know what you're getting in the rows. They're all laid out. I love this. And the columns are the different depths, so love it. Next we have Smoke and Roses, which is this beautiful color story. This is very much a Jen color story. Again, you have your highlighting shades and brow bone shades, crease shades, lid shades, outer corner shades. Like, it's so well thought out. These are the kind of palettes that I love because you get everything you need in a look, one and done. Next is Gone Matte, which is gorgeous. You know, it's funny. Not funny, like you'll understand when I complete my story, but I was looking on Sephora today and I saw a Morphe palette that was all matte, and I thought that would be so awesome to have, but I don't want to buy it because it's Morphe. And now I'm seeing this and I already have an all matte palette with all the neutral shades. Like, I just forget, you know? So that's why inventory is so good for me to do and remember. And then we have Rock Candy, which is literally one of my favorite color stories, minus the glitters. I think if I had another color story that had smaller pans like this, that I didn't want to keep all the shades, I would remove these. Let me see how finely milled. Is this finely milled like the other one? Yeah, this is kind of finely milled. Yeah, I would wear that too. And I think I just swatched another silver one that was similar, like similar silver, whatever. So anyway, I want to get through these ones relatively quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but Getting Fresh, beautiful color story, love this. And last but not least, Matte About Hue. And again, matte rainbow shades, perfect. I have a huge pile of their big palettes, so they're probably going to be in screen, but this is the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette. This was gifted to me from Danny, from Danny's Makeup, and I haven't used it yet, but there's a lot of neutrals in here and I would like to try the formula. However, I'm thankful that Danny gifted this to me because I wouldn't have purchased it myself, but that was very nice of her to offer this, and I really appreciate it, and I want to at least try it a few times before I decide what I want to do. So I am going to give that one a go at some point. I also have the Conspiracy palette. I am not even going to say the person that this is created with. You guys know the deal. I'm not even going there. But this is the palette, and honestly, it's such a gorgeous color story. It's such a gorgeous color story. Like, you have a bunch of neutrals, you have pops of color, a beautiful silver, like, just really, really beautiful shades, honestly. They do perform. They're a little dry, but they do perform. I'm just in awe of the gorgeous color story. However, yeah, I just don't like to promote these people on my channel, but I do think that the formula is decent. Is it my favorite? No, but it is decent for sure. And I do love the color story minus this weird blue and maybe this green. This green reminds me a lot of my childhood. The walls were this color, the decor was this color. Oh my god. Okay, so keeping for now. This one is such a gem and it's so beautiful, and I really want to use this, and I want to swatch a bunch of these shades. So these middle ones are more like topper kind of shades. I'm going to swatch a few and then I will show them to you. But you apparently put them over top of other shadows, and so let's pick a few other ones. There's a purple. And okay, so here's like 5 of the shades from that palette. So they're lackluster, honestly. When I look at this palette, I think, oh my god, this is stunning. Like, this is so stunning to look at. But in all honesty, I don't need this, because not only do I have all of these shades in other palettes, I have way better toppers than those, and I don't want to support Morphe, let's be completely honest here. And I have all of these in my Beauty Bay palettes, especially all these like pinks and reds, and then I have another one with purples, and I'm sure I have colors like this in my ColourPop palettes. Like, I don't really need, you know what I mean? Like, so I think I'm going to declutter this. I wasn't expecting to do that today. I think I'm gonna let this go. I feel good about that. Okay, that makes me happy. I was not expecting to do that. This one is the Be Perfect and Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette with Stacey Marie. And again, more pinks and purples and a more beautiful formula, a better color story. These will not show up on my hands because I just washed my hands and they're so dry. I've been swatching pretty much all day. So let's try this one. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. These two here. I'm hoping this is not washing out the color. Maybe I can dim the shade a little bit, but that is so beautiful. And then these greens. Oh my gosh, you won't be able to see. I need to put like lotion or something, but yeah, they're not swatching very well because I need to put lotion on. And then I also have the Carnival, the Antidote. Oh my gosh. Carnival, the Antidote from Be Perfect. Wow. This is what it looks like on the front, so you can read because clearly I cannot. And this one inside is so my jam. This is just so beautiful. It's very neutral fall, autumn, grungy gorgeousness. Love it. Love all of this. Keeping. And then we're back to the He Who Shall Not Be Named, Jeffree Star. So this was also gifted to me from Danny, and again, I was so happy when, like, he has so much skill. He has so much skill, so much talent, but just chooses to be a naughty person that I'm not interested in supporting. But when someone gifts me something, it makes me feel so happy that I get to try the formula and see what it's about. And this is a really, really beautiful sort of grungy cool tone palette. This one always intrigued me. It's a very, very nice silver, so I'm going to bring this out soon and use that soon. I don't know that I've used this yet. I don't think I have, because the packaging was on it. So I'm just going to put it back into the palette But honestly, like, I just wish he wasn't super questionable in his actions, because he has so much talent, and I would absolutely purchase his stuff if he was nicer, hung around with better people. Anyways, we're not getting into that right now. This is not about that. This, I don't even know what this is called. Crown Royal palette. Bloodlust. You guys know if your grandparents had the Crown Royal velvet bags. Okay, so this is what this one looks like. It's really beautiful, but it's kind of also boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just very blah, like, and I mean, I know it's giving blah because I also don't have, like, that's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, that one's gorgeous. But I don't have primer or lotion or anything like that on my hand, so these are not going to pick up the way they're supposed to. But these are the 3 that I swatched from the palette, but I'm sure they would perform better if I had put some lotion or primer or something, which I desperately need to do. You can see my knuckles are cracking and bleeding. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the Tartist Pro palette, which is beautiful. I love this so much. I need to pull this back out again soon. But this is what the palette looks like. So again, you have, these are now rows, not columns of shadows, but these rows are just stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I'll swatch a couple of these, but I most definitely need to get back into using these eyeshadows because they're just beautiful. So these are the 3 that I swatched. I'm not going to swatch the mattes. You can see how mattes are swatching on me, but this is very beautiful. I love this. And I need to pull it out again. Let me switch these sides here. Alright, next we have our Norvina. Oh, this stupid big palette. Okay, ABH Norvina collection items. And this is the volume 1. Gorgeous. It's a little weird with these weird muted yellows. If they were super vibrant, like the pink is super vibrant, I think it would like bring more to the palette. But the white, Deb, if I ever declutter these, you're gonna get one that has a white powder in it, because these white powders are next level amazing. But this is volume 1. Then we have volume 2. I have everything except for like the latest one that has like the UFO on it. I still want that, but do I need it? No. This one I haven't ever touched yet, I think. Wait, have I? I must have, because it doesn't have a container. Looks like my kid dug his nail into that. But these are pigments, so they perform really beautifully. That is number 2. And then we have the ABH Norvina Collection Volume 4. I have 3 and 5 in my panning thing right now, so you'll see those after. But this is so stunning. Like, just absolutely stunning. And these glitters are really finely milled, like really, really small. I would wear them a little bit, just lightly tapped on the eye. I know glitters are not eye safe really, but like I sometimes wear them if I'm wearing false lashes mostly. I'll swatch a couple of these ones for you guys. I'm definitely running out of steam, but I'm almost done. So but this one's absolutely gorgeous. And then we have the Sephora Pro palette in it says Pro Pigment Editorial, it's called. Now this one is awful. Like, it just feels awful. The metallics are okay. Like, these feel amazing. These ones do, but they are dry. So you have to be careful how much you pick up. And then let's see what this one looks like. That one's pretty but lackluster. Pretty but lackluster again. And then we have the matte shades, which again, these are pigments, so they should be great. Like you can see they're great. I don't have any primer on. You can see how the regular eyeshadows are swatching, and these ones are just performing. So I am going to hang on to this because it's something that I would like to play more with, but it's just not my favorite. It's not one that I'm like, ooh, I get to use this today. So, okay. This is the One Size Patrick Star Visionary eyeshadow palette. I love the idea, the concept of the palette, because if you have long nails or whatever, you can easily open this. And that's kind of why it was made like this, so that you can have long fake nails on and you can open it. But I don't know that I am in love with this color story. I think I'm going to hang on to it for just a little bit longer. But these two shadows I don't use. And I would use the rest, if I'm being honest. So I'll hang on to it for now. I was fully thinking I would declutter that, but I don't know. And last but not least, here we have the Sample Beauty, the Plush palette. This one is awesome. Not only is it gorgeous, but these perform really nice on the eye. The last time I used this was so good. So I need to pull this one out again. It's really beautiful, but it doesn't close properly. I hate that. It's like I need to put like clips or something on it so it stays closed. So now we're gonna do some Morphe palettes. I actually have a couple more I should grab, but I can't reach them right now. Okay, so this one is the 35S Sweet Oasis, and I got this at Marshall's, and I just think it's a really, really stunning like looking palette. Like I love the outside packaging. I think it's so beautiful, and I think the inside is nice. I really do. I think this is really beautiful. I love the fact that it goes from cool tone neutrals to like neutral neutrals to like warmer and pinkier and then bluer. Like it's you have a good selection here, except for outer corner, but I do like it. I'm going to keep it. I am going to use it, and then I'll decide what to do with it down the road, but it's in the packaging because I still haven't cracked it out yet. No judgment, people, no judgment. Okay. Oh my gosh, seriously. Okay. Next is the Morphe 35XO, and this is one of my favorites. It's really beautiful. I love the color story. I hate that there's a glitter in it, but I love the rest of it. It's very beautiful, and I really enjoy using this. This is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2. I do not have the Volume 1. I was not interested in that color story, but this one I am obsessed with. And it pains me not to declutter it, but I like the color story, so I'm keeping it. This is 35i Ice Fantasy. I love the packaging, first of all. The inside, I have used this a reasonable amount of time. I did a tie-dye look with this. I have used these to blend out shades when I didn't have like a crease shade or like a blending shade for my brow bone, because I have a lot of space there, so I keep that for that purpose. And it was inexpensive. The 3503 Fierce by Nature, I do love that they started actually doing something with the outside packaging. I like this, but I don't know. I'm gonna hang on to it for a little longer and see what I think. This is the Nikita palette, Nikita Dragoon, and this is what the inside looks like. I have countless rainbow palettes from Morphe, but it's this top row that gets me, minus these two orangey shades. Actually, I don't mind that. This one kind of looks like Rule from MAC a little bit, but we could use one and not two. Like, give me a dark neutral brown. Like, I don't know. This is okay, but yeah, I'm gonna keep that one for now. This one is the plasticky packaging, and this one's 35H Hotspot. And this one I think I'm gonna let go. As soon as I opened it up and looked at it, I was like, all of these are in that other palette, the 3503. And I also have a lot of these, like, this one is beautiful though. Oh my gosh. I don't want to swatch on myself anymore because I'm so sore, but that is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I hate to get rid of that, but I don't want to keep all of this. Like, you guys saw, I have all of these shades in that ColourPop little small palette. And this one, like, there's a red in the Nikita palette. I gotta find that red in something else. Here's the red again. Same color. So I'm okay getting rid of that one. It's in the 3503, which I thought. Here, I'll show you them side by side. So this one is, I don't know if they're going to fit in screen, but here is the Hotspot one, I think it's called. I can't remember now. And a lot of those red shades are in here, especially all over here. And there's the dark red, which is the same shade. And the only thing I don't really have is this vibrant red, but I'm okay with that because this one's relatively similar. It's just not, it's not like a, like, I don't even know how to say this, like melon, like a melon colored red, but that's okay. I do prefer, I think I prefer, oh man, stop looking and just go with it. I'm gonna declutter this one. Okay. Then we have this one, which is called the Boss Mood 35M. And I have put all the shade names up here. I like this palette a lot. I love that it's dark and grungy. It reminds me of the one from like the carnival one, or the Antidote. It reminds me of that, but a little different. But when I open this, I feel inspired. So I'm gonna hang on to that one. And this one's the 35C Everyday Chic. And I do like this one. I hate that the background is this weird color. I wish it was black. But I don't mind this one. I just need to use it. So I'll try it out, and I'll put some of these on the chopping block. Then we have the Morphe Live with Love, and I bought this because, of course, I want to support Pride. I don't know if the money goes to the LGBTQ plus community, 2S as well, sorry. I just don't know if it goes to them, and if it doesn't, that's super disappointing. So I have only bought the one because I'd rather just donate directly. Do I need this? Do I need this? Here's that melon colored red. It is beautiful to use. I enjoyed using this a lot when I used it. No, I think I still want both. Even though they're kind of the same, there's a lot of differences. Like the Nikita one has more pink. This one has more like teal blue. And this one even, it's so funny, this one has like a baby pink and a light blue, and this one has the shimmer version of those. So they are very cohesive. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay hanging on to those. I'll put this back over here. And the last one we have here is the Maddie Ziegler, the Imagination palette. And I love this palette. It looks like so small and boring, but this is, it has everything I need, and it has pops of color, shimmer shades, outer corner shades. It has a maroon red. It has like a fun coral. Oh, it has everything. It's really nice, honestly. These are some of the other eyeshadow palettes that I have that are going to be in projects and all the whatever in the future. So this is the Violet Voss Flamingo eyeshadow palette, and this one is really pretty, but I never use it, and I honestly feel like decluttering it. It is nice. I have tried a look using a few of these, but I never feel inspired to use this, and I have all of these shades and other things. But something compels me to keep this one, even though I don't need it, and I never use it. And again, here is this super warm brown, orangey brown. It doesn't even really go with anything but maybe this row. A little bit. I'll come back to this. This one is going to be in a project in the future to see if I want to keep it, because it's just very mid-tone brown and really like nothing else going on. There's the odd grouping of color, but I mean, you can only wear so much of one color. Like, so this one will be in a project for a little bit, and this one is being decluttered. I refuse to say what this is. You'll see it when I open it. But this one is leaving my collection, and I could not be happier. It's disappointing, you know. I bought this and then I figured out, like, you know, you just find out things about creators and content people that are just ugh. So anyway, this one is going. My shit show palette. So yeah, this one, I'm actually hemming and hawing about this one myself. The reason I am considering this, keeping this one, is because of these beautiful bluey shades that I will never really wear that much. And again, this shade just, I don't know, I just can't part with anything that has that shade in it. But the browns, I have this a million times over in my collection. So I mean, when you're gonna make, like, okay, let's do this. They're all practically the same shade. This one is a little more baby poop, but like, really? And they're so big, and I know they're supposed to be for, you know, blending shades, a bunch of different skin tones, and I appreciate that. But if you're making these for a bunch of different skin tones, that's not going to benefit every person who buys this. So I don't know. And then all of these browns are the same, and probably that one is the same. This one looks absolutely stunning. Ugh, will I actually wear that? No. I think I'm going to declutter this one. I feel good about it. Bye. I might declutter this one too. Look at this. Because really, like, boring, boring, boring. No, I don't need this. This can go too. I was planning on putting these in projects, so I'll have to figure out new ones for some projects. So these are some of the palettes that I am using currently in projects, or just to use like an eyes project pan kind of thing. This is the ABH Norvina collection, and this is volume 3. And this one is amazing. I love the color story. I think it's so beautiful. Even though there's a lot going on, I see a lot of things that I can do in here, and it inspires me. So that's awesome. And then we have my trusty ABH Norvina collection volume 5 that I am currently using as my focus palette for the year. A lot of people are, why is this, must have a magnet somewhere, but it does not like, yeah, it's a magnet. Okay, I'm gonna move this over. a lot of other people like Jaylon, Kim, Valerie, I can't remember who else, is using the Norvina purple palette for the year to pan it. I could not pan a pigment palette. Like, I barely need any of these eyeshadows to perform on my eyes to make a look, because they're pigments, straight up pigments. And so this is what my palette looks like. It's very loved, it's very used. I am almost at pan in the glitter. That's like the weirdest thing. I have a dip in this one, 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 in this one. So, I mean, I have used this palette a lot, but I could also use this for so much more. So I still have a few weeks of use left on this one. I don't use it every single day. I don't use it every single week. Sometimes I don't even use it in a month, but I have used it a lot, and I'm really happy that I really got to know this palette, and I really enjoy it, and I definitely recommend if you see this palette on sale. It's really, really nice, but I would wait for 50% off. And then there is the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural, and this was gifted to me by Andrea. And look at how gorgeous this is. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So this was also my Christmas present from her. So I have used it. I used it in Vegas, and I've used it multiple times since. And it's just so beautiful. Oh, the formula is great. I love the color story, and I love the person who gave it to me. Yay! Love, love, love. And then I'm going to show you guys, oops, I'm going to just try and put this back like a normal person, but yet everything is falling. I'm going to show you guys a couple of other palettes I have in here. So this one is the makeup palette from Adept Cosmetics. It's absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. So beautiful. I want to swatch these, but oh my god. Okay, I'll swatch a little bit on my finger. Like, hello. So gorgeous. I hate wasting these. This one has a really strong, deeper gold, and it's just so saturated. It's really beautiful on the eye. I'm not wasting any more of these. I'm sorry. They're so beautiful, and they're very expensive. So, no. I'm keeping that one 100,000%. Whatever. This is the MAC Power Hungry eyeshadow palette. This one I haven't enjoyed using. It's a little boring looking, honestly. It's very, very dirty. You can see I've used a lot of this. It's very dirty. It needs a good wipe down. I enjoy this one a lot because it has the neutral shades, but it's lacking depth. And I just dislike this highlighter so much. So part of me wants to part with this, but I'm going to keep it because I've been enjoying the neutrals so much. But yeah, I'm going to hang on to this one for now. We've already seen her. I'm just going to try her a little more. This one is the Troublemaker palette that we talked about earlier. I've actually tried it, and it's stunning. I'm wearing it right now, actually. And then we have the Stila Eyes Are the Window Mind. Before I showed you the Soul palette, this is the Mind palette, and this is an all matte neutral palette. So this is the second palette that I have that is all matte neutrals. So I don't need the Morphe one at all, for sure. Gorgeous palette. I love that so much. I also showed you this one earlier, so we're not going to talk about her, but I have enjoyed that. This is the Violet Voss, the Violets palette. Violet Voss. What? The Juvia's Place, the Violets palette. I should be cutting off and going to sleep because I'm so tired. I'm going to declutter this one. I did not enjoy, I mean, I enjoyed the color. I really enjoyed the actual color story of this, but it faded on my eyes. It didn't look nice. It didn't stay. It just did not feel nice. It didn't feel nice to use. I didn't want to reach for this. So it is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely stunning. The palette is beautiful. Like, oh my god, so beautiful. But Oh, so beautiful. But I'm done with this one. I have used it as much as I can. Thank you. I am passing this along. Then I have the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This is one of the Natasha Denona palettes that were missing from before because I'm using it in my Eyes Project pan, and it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. I enjoy this palette so much. I have 2 more palettes in here, but some singles, so I gotta maneuver around. This one is the Beetlejuice, the Waiting Room palette from Melt Cosmetics, and this is my favorite one of the 2. I love the color story. I love the stills on the plastic, and I hate digging for these because I always think I'm gonna dig into the shadows, but I love these so much. And mine came broken. All 3 of these shades were just shattered in here, and I tried to salvage what I could. I think I did a reasonable job, but now all of the embossing is gone. But they're just so beautiful. My only gripe, I guess would be the word. My only concern / disappointment with this palette is, again, the same thing as the the Glam Light palette. These are 2 different shades, but yet they look practically the same. And they're going to look the same on the eye. So it's like getting two different shadows that are the same in one palette. It's very disappointing. And the grays are the same as well. They come off the same on the eye. So I just wish there was a little more, like this one was a little brighter and this one was a little brighter. But anyhow. Okay, last but not least, oh my goodness, we have this MAC eyeshadow palette, which is called Botanic Panic. And I love the packaging. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Oops. Every time I open that happens. I have already a bunch of pastel palettes. I'm not parting with this right now, but you can already see there's 2 neutrals in here that are practically the same. And I pretty much have every one of these colors in other palettes, and I own some of these, I believe. Let me just confirm. Okay, just one of these, which is this one right here. I own this one already in a single, but I have shades that look like all of these. So I technically don't need this, but I'm hanging on to it for a little longer, which is silly. But it's in my 50 Shades of Yellow, and it's nice. It's a nice palette. It's MAC. I love MAC. But I think I will be parting with that down the road because honestly, yeah. Anyhow, yeah, I'm just going to go over my data in my spreadsheet and verify that everything is the way it should be, and then we'll talk numbers. All right, really bad angle. I'm holding up my phone. My camera died. For eyeshadows, we had, in the beginning of the year, 2023, we had 223 eyeshadow palettes. At the end-ish of 2023, it went up to 242. I had bought a couple this summer, but not a lot or any pretty much at the end of the year. And then I was gifted a few, but I have decluttered a ton, not even including the ones decluttered here. I decluttered quite a few throughout the year. And now I'm sitting at 213 eyeshadow palettes. So I have gone down substantially, almost 30, which is so great. And I'm happy so far with the collection. I think I could probably minimize this further next year, but right now I'm happy with my collection, and yeah, that's everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas, everybody, and happy holidays, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for all of the year of support and friendship and comments and kindness and likes, and just I appreciate it all. So thank you so much, and all the best to you and your family.